Here.
Johnny.
I am here.
Ravenclaw.
Here.
Thorn.
I'm here.
And Chris will be on probably in the next half hour or so. So previously, you guys went upstairs, fought the guards on the second level of the Van Thamper Villa. After defeating them handily, you guys decided to keep one alive and tie him up for questioning. You then entered the room of Thirstwell Van Thamper, the eldest son, who seemed very sickly and kind of a stowaway, and just kind of hid in his room the whole time. And there you guys sort of questioned him, and he kind of gave you a few tidbits about what happened. It was Siren who noticed that he was trying to hide a key from her. And when he wouldn't give it up, she kind of took it by force. And now she has this key that was not the key to his room as she tested the lock. You guys began to sort of spread out along the top, trying to find what clues you can, as Thorn decided to enter one of the northern bedrooms and saw that it belonged, again, to a male, just the way that it was dressed, everything decorated in sort of hunting decorations. Who was it? It was Siren that went into another room and saw that it was kind of like a man-child's room. While it was very sparse and it spoke of a man, she found what seemed to be a stuffed troll doll, and she decided to take that on her way out. Key Lim made his way out onto the balcony, and quickly noticing as the guards were sort of making the rounds, kind of stuck to the walls, went to another door that was unlocked, opened it, stepped inside what looked to be the Duke's study. In the far corner was a set of standing plate armor, and there was just a lot of books, papers, just sort of strewn about the desk. So as he stepped inside the room, however, the armor suit came to life, and as it stepped off of its plinth, the door behind him sort of mechanically closed, and the doors kind of locked as the armor sort of began to charge at him. Using his quick wits and incredibly fast feet, he managed to pry the door open and just run back outside towards help. There's another battle with the suit of armor, and the sort of war cries and sounds of battle kind of drew the attention of the guards down below, who began to sort of pepper the upper balcony with arrows, until people were able to convince Thirstwell Van Thamper to get off his ass and tell the guards that everything was okay, otherwise they would kill him. To which he complied aptly. He's not a fan of pain. And as the guards calmed down, the armor suit was defeated, and in sort of the haste of what happened, everybody decided that no more exploration or explanations of upstairs would be needed, and you guys decided to head downstairs into the wine cellar. Making your way down. Oh, you guys did find 2 prisoners at the very top tower on top of the study who were set free. A woman who was in charge of the sewers, and also a man who identified himself as a tax collector. Both have been there for quite some time, were badly beaten and starved, and wished for nothing else just to get away. One of the male prisoners decided that he was going to steal some of the maids and butlers' outfits for her and the woman so they can sneak out without sort of being bothered. And then you guys went down into the cellar. Descending the steps into the cooler temperatures of the rock foundations, you guys found yourselves in a pretty large wine cellar, sort of kegs stacked on top of each other. A couple of them already been tapped with brass spigots. And as you guys begin to move into the room, erupting from a couple of the barrels in the center of the room were 3 of the same spine devils that you fought on the Low Lantern. The fight was pretty hard, but you guys gave it the good 1-2, with Siren and Chani just sort of dealing mass devastation in their wake. And not a whole lot of help from Sally, who was really intent on kind of exploring and not really much in the battle. And now we return as the fight is ended. You guys find yourself in the cold, dank cellar. On a fun note, I found a really neat Roll20 script that lets me toggle torches on and off without having to change settings. So, like, I can click on torch on, and then Shawnee should be able to see in there now.
Well, I can't see currently, so I'm not sure if your script is working.
I just tested it.
I'm telling you right now, all I see is black around me. I think this is my token right here. I can see my token, but it's there. Now I can see. Now I have light.
Behind a pillar.
Oh, you might have been in the pillar a little bit, but yeah. And then I can click on you, and then turn it off.
Yep, it went away now.
That's kind of cool.
Nice.
So it's super easy. We don't have to take time, and I don't have to make any more character sheets for torches and lamps. So
nice. You'll have to tell me that trick sometime.
I'm still used to the whole API script stuff. So. Sally is currently standing next to an open door that leads into a dimly lit tunnel. Through the open door, hanging from the ceiling on like brass chains, you can see what looks to be a green lantern giving off a low, dim sort of setting light. She tells you that further beyond the door, I seem to have found some sewer tunnels, as you can tell by the smell, but there's a faint sweetness about the air that is strange. Should we go on, or do you all need to rest?
I think that we currently have the element of surprise, and I will be no better after a rest than I am right now. I don't know about the rest of you, but the household knows we're here, but is so far leaving us be because of the Van Thamper kid.
I'm about as ready as anybody else. If we wish to stop or rest.
Ooh, Siren's pretty injured. Do we have any way to heal Siren, or are we out of heals?
I definitely got a way to heal, but again, I am quite limited.
I would suggest that you all sit down and bandage those wounds.
I have a health potion if Siren wants it.
You'd give me one of your potions? Was that what you said?
Yep.
Okay, we can do that.
We can if we want. I think I had previously insinuated that a better tactic would be when Sally offered me a potion to save those for when one of us is down and we don't have a way to bring them back up. But it's up to you guys. I'm definitely not the brains in the group.
I think it would probably be a good idea if we take a moment to collect ourselves.
Exactly. If we were relying on those with spells to bring you up, those might be more important later, as well as those potions. Bandage those
Very well.
while we sit still.
I will lean against this post that I'm standing next to and pull out my med kit or my healer's kit and get to town on myself. I do have 2 healer's kits, so if anybody needs some band-aids, I've got some.
And I'll be leaning against the wall, thinking for a second, and kind of look back to where that creature we fought ran out, and I'll thumb over. Shawnee, did you look in that room exactly?
Sally will speak up, and she'll go, I did. Doesn't seem to be much more than wine inside, but I really didn't give it a full look.
Oh, figure. Maybe a better inspection
I will. Thank
would
you.
work.
That puts me at full health.
Maybe that we could examine it a little bit better now without something trying to eat our heads.
Be my guest. And Sally's just going to sort of lean against the wall and look out this sort of hallway.
I think we'll walk some kind of like peek over.
You want to look in this room here? I think during the combat I thought I kicked open that door because I wanted to try to keep my rage going, but there was nothing in there. I think, and I might be remembering that wrong.
No, there was. There were two shelves in there, and each one seemed to be lined with bottles. And there was like some crates on the ground that seemed to have like some foodstuffs. Sally went in there earlier and kind of looked around. Didn't find anything particular, but it was during combat, and she only spent about 6 seconds inside.
Well, you guys can rest up, and I could probably examine in there, although it looks rather dark.
Well, take a torch with you. If you need one, I have some. I think I do. Let me double check. I do. I have 5 torches.
Just whatever you do, Walks, do not die on us, okay?
Do you take a torch, Walks?
Come running back and screaming. You need help.
I will gladly accept the torch.
You take a torch. You get it lit with Chani's help. Does anybody go with him?
I mean, I can go with him if it's assumed that my hit points have, like, if our short rest is... If I gain the benefits of the short rest, then I will go with him. If I need to wait longer for that to occur, then I will stay here and keep resting.
No, you gain the benefits.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if you're going to follow him invisibly, I'll stay here and keep an eye on Siren. I don't want her to die either.
Okay.
Okay. And, like, wait, is he with me right now?
That's a perfect question since you can't see him.
Walks, do you need extra help? You look a little scared to go inside there.
Well, it's just a bard. I mean, it's like setting the musician on the football field.
I am not
player.
I am not scared. I've taken on many valiant things before I met you people, for one. I am perfectly capable of being brave here.
Okay. I guess you could just turn into what you normally look like and you probably scare the hell out of anything in there. She kind of teases.
Wow. She just said your face is ugly. Nice.
Okay, I'll just storm into the room. It's like, if I find anything good, I'm keeping it.
Right.
You look, and there are some crates set on the ground in front of you. You sort of lift up one of the lids, and you can see that these ones are empty bottles. But you look along the walls, and you see that there are just maybe 200 corked bottles of wine, just kind of laying side by side on display.
They have taste, I'll admit that.
What do you want to do in here?
Other than peruse the bottles, I'll probably try to see if there's anything unusual.
Okay. Sadly, nobody's here to help you, so why don't you go ahead and give me an investigation or a perception check with your torch.
Alright.
Okay.
Freaking course.
You sort of begin to
Listen,
peruse the bottles.
Can the Raven make a perception check as well?
Sure. You begin to peruse the bottles, and you find that 10 of them are of exceptional vintage. You can probably hawk one of these bottles for maybe 20 gold.
Ooh.
The rest of them seem to be of just like a normal grape mash wine. Maybe like 1 gold per bottle, something that they would have it readily at a tavern. Maybe that's something that they give guests. But yeah, you find a section with at least 10 bottles that it's at least 20 gold per bottle.
Ooh, that's nice. Maybe I could get a little... No. Can't taste. Loses the value. But nothing of other than the wine, nothing of any other use. No, any missing trinkets that might be laying out or loose coin.
No, just nothing that you can really see. With that 10, you just see a lot of wine. These people are lushes.
I'll just look over one of the bottles and I'll put it back, but I'll like lightly tap it, like, "I'll be right back for you, darling. Don't you go anywhere."
Okay. And as Nevermore is flying around, he sees the same thing. He kind of lands on one of the crates, and you walks as one of the crates in front of you kind of shakes a little bit, and the bottles kind of chinkle a little bit inside, as if something's moving.
That's weird. He'll draw out the rapier and slowly approach the crate.
You slowly approach the crate, and then it moves again. You sort of poke at the crate. Nothing happens. Like, the bottles inside move a little bit, but that's about it.
That was weird. Well, I'll probably look around, like, where is that bloody bird? What did he call it? What he called it? Never after? What was it again?
My raven will not answer, but it will keep an eye on you. Just proceed.
I can never figure out. I think it was something like Never After, Never Morn or something like that. I don't know. Morn, that's a strange name. Who the hell picked Morn for a name? Never. He'll probably examine the crate a little more. If there's nothing there, he'll head out.
Yeah, Sally will turn to Ravenclaw and just, what is he doing in there?
He's just checking the room.
She just kind of crosses her arms and leans against the wall again. Whenever you're all are ready to go.
And nothing weird on the crate?
Body, Sally, but are you gonna bandage
No,
your wounds
nothing
as well?
weird on the crate. I'm fine.
Okay. Well, at least you got something to come back to. Never Morn. Let's get out of here. He'll probably head back to the others, just thumbing back to the room. Okay, if we ever survive this, let's get back into that room before we leave, okay?
Why? What's in it?
Usual wine, all this other stuff, but some of the bottles in there, they are worth money.
I'm sure they're worth money. This is a manor in the High District.
Yes, but we're talking 15, 20 gold a cork.
Those are very expensive corks.
Yes! More to fund ourselves, and maybe, I don't know, get you an armor shine? Wait, do you even take baths?
I do clean myself, yes.
Oh, Key Limbs just had flashbacks.
Yeah, he'll stow his rapier and, like, nothing unusual, but pretty expensive wine, and I will admit, something did move in there, but nothing was found.
Wait, that stuff was moving in there and yet you didn't investigate?
I did investigate. Unfortunately, I only have one pair of eyes.
Nevermore. Did you see anything move? Or did you just bump into something?
He sort of giggles in your ear. I bumped the box.
Oh, that's hilarious.
What's hilarious?
Talking to his bird again.
Did he just say something about me?
Alright, I'm curious. I want to go investigate.
Sally goes, shh.
Maybe it said you were a fool.
Can you hear that?
Hmm?
And then she starts smelling. What is that smell?
I think it's strange that you can hear smells, Sally.
Come here, listen, and smell.
I will approach because I'm drawn by the curiosity of the fact that she can hear scents.
Not gonna kill us, is it? Like some poison powder or something?
I'm wearily looking at Sally because I'm next to her. Like,
As you step up to the, what's your passive?
Chani's passive is 13.
So as you
I
step to the
believe
door,
that is also mine. Oh, mine's is 15. My bad.
okay, so as you both sort of step up to the door, as Sally moves away, you guys sort of smell, and you just take a big waft of the sewer water stench that sort of comes in. But laced into it is this sort of sickeningly sweet aroma that reminds you of something, Chani, that you're not quite sure. Beta, you pick up on it immediately. It smells like incense. Give me a perception check.
Okay. Me, right?
Yes. Well, both of you. And what languages can you both speak?
Perception and these are the ones I can speak.
Okay. What about you, Chani? Perception check and language. Probably just common and giant, huh? And dwarvish. Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Perfect. With your passive 15 still, both of you now can sort of hear this murmuring, kind of silently making its way down the hallway. Just this sort of kind of like making it down, and it's a very harsh syllabic language.
Beta's ears twitch. She's gonna whisper to Chani.
On the language proficiency because I want to learn how to speak Darwish myself. She want to. I like the word. It's actually a cool word. I just was curious.
Thank you. It's supposed to be Dwarvish.
I know.
didn't even notice.
I actually think that's cool. A cool word. I'm writing it down. I might use it as a name of like a town.
Dwarvish. A type of variant.
So I do not understand this language, but it is murmuring and in low tones. I feel like I tell Sally I smell it too. I hear it. I hear the smell. It seems like a ritual of some kind might be undertaking down the hallway. Perhaps those with more arcane knowledge should come closer. Maybe you'd be able to determine what it is.
There's a nod her head in agreement to Chani. Yeah.
There's a faint flickering of torchlight that seems to be emanating from up this direction. Sort of shimmering over the water a little bit that you can see splashing, and then sort of shimmering against these sort of slick stones that comprise the wall on the far side of the T.
I turn back behind me to Thorn and Ravenclaw, and I say, we may need our sword arms at the ready to move forward. I see a faint flickering of light ahead, and I draw my great sword and step into the hallway.
And then the voices are getting louder. No,
it's more,
and then they're kind of sounding like kind of like a Gregorian chant, and the smell now is becoming stronger as this torchlight is coming towards you, Johnny.
So we don't have any lights currently on. I would tell who was it? It was Walks to extinguish your torch. And then I would whisper to Ravenclaw, oh, actually look at that, he's already doing it. If your Raven can see in the dark or can use the torchlight that they're using to see,
My Raven can
maybe
see in all darkness. And he
so you can send it forward. If you could send it forward to see what it is coming our way. That
You can definitely see the light. You can definitely see the light. As Nevermore looks, he sees one cultist holding a torch, another cultist next to him holding an incense censer, swinging it back and forth, as three figures are moving down the hallway, sort of chanting.
As Nevermore lets me know, I kind of have him counting down when they'll be there, and I'm like putting a finger to my
As
lips.
they move here, I need Nevermore to give me a Constitution saving throw. Nevermore coughs and moves, and then you watch as the cultists sort of like look around, and then they look down and they see Chani and Thorn kind of around the corner, and let's roll initiative.
Yeah, because I didn't want them to see us. I wanted to get the drop on them. I like the swinging incense though, the censer. That's cool.
Nevermore was too close to the incense smoke, and it almost caused him to pass out.
Look at that! First crit of the night. Roll20 is going to be nice to me. Fingers crossed. Because Roll20's been a dick to me the last 3 or 4 times I've played this game. So hopefully it's like, hey, I'm going to make it up to you tonight.
Hopefully.
No, there's the DM with his crit initiative.
Damn it, I forgot about Sally. Okay. Okay, top of round 1. Johnny, as you're getting your sword ready to go, there's an audible, loud, croaking cough from the throat of a raven, and you suddenly see the torchbearers kind of stop and sort of look around. What would you like to do?
Would I have the presence of mind to think that perhaps the smoke coming from the cultists is what caused the raven to choke and to hold my breath? Do you think?
Absolutely, because it definitely wasn't the sewage smell.
Yeah, because I've been breathing deeply, you said earlier that. So yeah, I will hold my breath as I charge forward. I realize if I take a hit, I might have to breathe. As you knock the wind out of me kind of deal. But I will charge forth, not raging because I have none of those left. But I will run forward to here. Oh, I see a lot more of, or one more anyway, of these guys now. Which one is holding the... I want to hit the one... Whichever one is holding the censure. So I don't know...
We'll give this guy the time bomb thing, because that's what it looks like, I guess. So...
It's got a timer on it, yes. So I will go ahead and hit him then. I'm hoping that if I knock him down, he'll drop it and I can kick it in the stream and put it out. But I'm going to hold my breath while I'm trying to do that. So I'll just give him a regular attack.
20 definitely hits. You're probably going to kill him in one shot.
I can hope. For 10 slashing.
He is cut in half, and as you sort of slice through his shoulder, out through his waist, you sort of jab the point of your claymore into the guy next to him for 1 point.
Sweet. Then doing a little fancy footwork, I'm going to swap places while I stab this guy. Just kind of leaping over the creek, and I'll end my turn there.
So you watch as the one that you just cut down sort of falls, and kind of like in his last death throes, he still has a hold of the chain in his arm, and he sort of falls onto the ground, and it's still there smoking, kind of hanging over this 3-foot long culvert that you just kind of jumped over, as like the thick sewage water just kind of gurgles down it.
Okay. Cool. I'll end my turn. Like I let you know my intention. My intention is to kind of try and, if I have to use an action next turn, grab the thing and throw it into the water.
Was that a critical initiative? Toggle advantage and roll again.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. You added that rule. I forgot about that. Ooh.
That was my fault.
Okay, that's okay.
So the 20 still hits and kills him. Cool. Alright, is that...
Yeah, I'll end there.
Ravenclaw. There is a ruckus about as you see Chani sort of run out, bring her sword down as the sort of death cries of one of these cultists kind of like solemnly echo down this sewer tunnel as she jumps over to the other side, getting ready to sort of attack the other two.
Stepping forward, I'm gonna snap my fingers on this corner here and cause a cacophony of ravens to swarm that figure.
Okay. As you snap your fingers and the ravens come down, you watch as this sort of nimbus of dark purplish light exudes from the cultists, almost trying to repel the spell. He's going to get advantage to this due to his dark devotion. This is a con wisdom. Ooh, even with the advantage, he will fail, and he's going to take 7 points of necrotic, right?
Yes, because he took damage already.
Yep, the 1 point.
Chani, you watch as he sort of holds, like he drops the torch to the ground, and it doesn't rattle into the sewage at all, it just kind of stays on the stone. But you watch as he sort of covers his head with his hands, and you watch as his eyes and his ears begin to bleed.
Freaky. I like it.
Is that the end of your turn, Raven?
It is.
Okay, screaming guy, and his last his last attempt at anything. He is going to use an object action to draw his scimitar, and he is going to slice it down at Chani with advantage, because he crit his initiative.
He did.
Okay, here we go. Not his knight. He cannot see because of the blood sort of pouring from his eyes, and he really can't hear, and everything's just this mute, like tinnitus, like amplified in his head, and it's just this buzzing and ringing he can't get rid of. And he completely whiffs that attack.
Say a prayer to your gods, cultist.
Siren.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, there's more. And I'm doing in front of me.
Oh, there's more. 21 will hit.
There you go.
So do me a favor. Give me an athletics check. You want to roll over a 13.
Oh no.
So you sort of see the one behind it, and you duck down low, and you just thrust your rapier into this cultist's belly and try to move him backwards a bit, to sort of drive the rapier through his back and hopefully into the person behind him. But he kind of has a strong grip on the stones as he kind of goes stiff, and he...
He's dead. And I'm gonna dash back.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay.
Never.
And then
Get out of there, Siren.
Nevermore watched the incense smoke drop, right?
Yes, the incense smoke dropped, but it's still there smoking on the cultist. Chani hasn't kicked it in the fire yet.
Nevermore will keep his distance for now.
Okay.
This is a terrain, right?
Yes. So it'll be 10 feet of movement, but I think you can get there.
I'm at 25 right now. Must have miscounted.
Is that how... Is that where you were?
Yeah,
Right?
that's where I was.
Yeah.
Sort of sword at him.
A 12 just barely misses as you sort of slice, and he kind of staggers back a little bit, and your sword strikes the stone, causing sparks to fly
Yeah, I'm gonna push him over.
into the sewage. Here comes his... Has to be... 5. He splashes into the pool.
Thorn's kind of a bully. Get out of my way, cultist. That'll be his turn.
Okay. Walks.
Alright, hear the commotion. If I can click on it right. If it'll let me, there it goes. 5, 10, 20, 25. Seeing how the coast's clear, seeing the poor guy down in the in the muck. He's going to toss his hand out and say, "Huh, well, look at that. You're back in your own home," and cast vicious mockery.
Okay. You two watch as you cast your spell, this sort of dark purplish nimbus of light kind of glows around him, trying to repel the magic. Giving him
Oh, God.
He rolls a 13, so he still fails. So he'll take 2 points of psychic and have disadvantage on his next.
Alright, and then gonna move right back up against the wall just in case. That's it.
Okay. It is his turn. He's going to use half of his movement to stand up. As a bonus action, he is going to cast a spell. A glowing sword shoots up from the stone in front. It's going to make an attack. 21, Thor.
Yep, that's a hit.
Take 4 points of force damage. And then he is going to attack twice with a dagger. Snick, he's going to try to prison shank. 22
This guy is badass.
Holy crap!
for 4 22 for 5 piercing with his +3 to hit.
That's amazing.
Oh, he has a +4, sorry. +4 to hit. Okay, so he just sort of starts laying into you like you're the new kid on shanking you for reputation. And he's starting to his eyes are wide in sort of desperation, knowing that he can't move away from you. That's the end of his turn.
He's
Sally's
finding
turn.
all the chinks in Thorn's armor is what he's doing, because that was fantastic.
10, 15,
I think my insult made it worse.
25. She cannot see from here, so she's going to lean back against the wall and sort of cross her arms and say, "What's going on here?" And she's going to take the dodge action. Beta.
Let's see, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get in there.
He did have disadvantage. Hold on.
Oh, wait.
I'm going to reroll one of the dagger attacks. Thank you, Doug.
Yep. 20.
Give yourself back 4 hit points. Thorn.
Ooh. I might have to refresh because I'm like gonna step over here. You if I can get to it, the guy right in front of
You're breaking up really bad, Marcy.
the horn. That looks like it's shoot. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Just you're breaking up.
Yeah.
Okay, he's going to attempt dexterity. This one he does succeed.
Yes, he passed. Okay. And she is going to end her turn right there, and I'm going to refresh stuff.
Okay. Keelan.
Alright, let's see what's all the fuss is about.
Okay, hopefully that.
Can I get there?
What's your movement?
I have a speed of 40.
Oh yeah, you can.
Okay, I'm going to show him how it's done and bring this guy down.
Okay.
Maybe, we'll see.
A 10 will miss.
Bonus action, unarmed strike.
Ooh, that'll definitely miss.
Nope, looks like I'm still going to be useless.
Okay, is there anything else you wanted to do? Okay. Shawnee.
Alright, so I can see this guy beaten down on my friends, but if it takes a whole action to kick the censure into the stream, I'll use that, my action to do that. But if I can do that as a use an object action, I'll do that.
I mean, you're nudging it with your foot into the stream.
Yeah. And I'm going to move past anyway. I'm going to move to here and kind of jump back over to the other side.
Okay.
So as I'm doing that, I just want to kick the thing into the sewer down below. Hopefully that puts it out. Now and then I'll take a deep breath.
The incense does get gurgled up by the water, and the smoke is smothered. But that
excellent. That's that.
Deliciously expensive incense is no more.
So seeing this guy's skill with his dagger and spiritual sword, I don't think I want to be reckless because he was able to bypass all of Thorn's normally unsurpassable defenses. So I need to keep my guard up. So I'll just attack him normally, swinging my greatsword at him, and not so well. All right, that'll end my turn.
Okay, Ravenclaw.
As I turn the corner and see this figure, I'm gonna snap my fingers once again, causing the cacophony of ravens to swarm him.
He succeeds. Is that the end of your turn?
It is.
Okay. Siren.
Okay. 25. Right here?
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast a Ray of Frost.
Okay, sounds good. $14 hits.
Not for now.
Is this the one that reduces movement?
Yes, I think that slows them down.
Right. This reduces movement and chill touch doesn't allow you to heal. So.
Correct.
Okay. Alright, is that the end of your turn? Okay. Nevermore.
Seeing the smoke dissipated, Nevermore will fly forward and give the help action in that spot.
Okay. Next person that attacks this guy's got a... Which is perfect. Just gonna take that off. Is that the end of his turn?
It is.
Thorn, you have advantage.
After some revenge.
Yeah, that's it.
Go ahead and roll that damage. God damn. Alright, so it's 50. That hurt him a lot. He's in a lot of pain. Kind of broke through some of his ribs a little bit, kind of shattered his insides. Sort of coughing up a lot of blood. Oh no. Back into the poo. Yep. And he is prone. Oh, but that only gives Wax, though. Wax has to get in there and do some fighting if he wants to take it. Wax, it's your turn. You watch as Thorn sort of stabs into his midsection, kind of lifting him up off the ground before twisting his blade and pulling it out, before just callously bashing him in the head and knocking him back into the sewer.
I'll probably look over to Sally. Remind me never to piss him off. And then... let's see, should I? Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna 5, 10, 15... I can't reach either.
I mean, this is just a spectral weapon. You can totally get in that space. You hear Sally in the background just, hurry up, minstrel, do something useful.
I'm here, and I will totally say.
As she's just leaning up against the wall with her arms crossed.
Do something minstrel. Yeah, I'll probably move it. Tear out the rapier drawn, and
First walks gets insulted.
and
Now he's insulted by Sal.
once I see him on the ground, I'm gonna take the rapier and try to add on top of it.
Okay, this is at advantage because he's prone.
Alright.
15 hits.
Sweet.
Nine piercing. This guy's barely hanging on. Walks is at the end of your turn.
Yeah, that's gonna be it.
Okay. The spiritual weapon is going to sort of spin up above you and then sort of like a just downward thrust. It's going to try to impale you at your shoulder.
Keep. Oh, that's a hit.
You'll take 5 points of... And then he's going to make 2 dagger attacks, one at Key Limb, and one at Thorn. First one, Key Limb. 20.
Wow, this guy is amazing.
Take 4 points of piercing. He didn't have any disadvantages or anything, right? No, because you didn't use Vicious Mockery that time.
Nah.
And then the second one, 22. Holy shit. For 3 points of piercing damage.
Mark, I think you need to name this NPC. He has become, like, just superstar, dude.
Are you guys going to keep him alive?
I kind of want to now. I want to have him join our party.
Frank the Tank?
Frank the Shank? Yeah, he needs to join the adventuring crew, man. We could replace Sally with him.
Have I done to piss you guys off?
Sally's here. Shucks, I totally missed that Sally was here.
And he has made his courageous last stand in honor of his dark deity. That's the end of his turn. You sort of prise yourself off the wall and kind of dust some of the rogue pieces of pebbles and dirt that have kind of came off onto your shoulder. It is your turn.
Why was I covered in dirt and pebbles?
You're just sort of
Leaning against the
leaning.
wall.
You're just leaning against the wall, and just some dust and stuff kind of came down on top of you a little bit.
Okay, so I'm gonna step here, get a view of the guy, and I'm gonna cast fire.
Okay. That definitely hits. He is definitely... Frank the Shank is no more.
Boo, Sally, you killed Frank.
He shanked his last shiv.
We were just getting to know him.
Everything settles down, and now that the sort of incense has kind of gone out, just to cool, it's a strange mixture of cool and hot air sort of blowing and billowing at the same time through these tunnels, carrying with it like the very foetid, thick smell that you can kind of taste in the back of your mouth of being down in a sewer.
Mark, I might have missed it, but what are these green dots?
Those are the lanterns that you saw when you first went into this hallway. They're sort of encased in this thick green glass, and they hang up off of brass chains along the top of this sort of domed roof that's about 12 to 13 feet up.
Okay, and are they...
They sort of cast light out to give people the ability to see, but right now you see that Walks has a torch in his hand, as well as Key Lim's hands are glowing.
Okay. So, shall we continue?
Sounds
After
good.
you.
Okay.
At least we can breathe in here now.
So, Sally, the group took a long rest before they entered this hallway. Well, before they were kind of forced to enter it because
Short
of this
rest.
random patrol. So you guys took a short rest. I didn't know if you wanted to spend hit dice because you're only down 5 hit points. So
I don't remember how. I think I got injured. It was last fight I got injured, right?
Yes, it was last fight, and then that's why you decided to kind of hide in the wine cellar and then like go into the hallway and just kind of like hang out.
Okay.
Walks went into that wine cellar you went into. That was back here. Sort of looked around, didn't find anything except some vintage bottles of wine.
I think I'm good on hit die for now. I'm gonna save him.
Okay. So as you guys sort of let the remnants of the battle kind of wash over and disappear, you guys were left with a choice: north or south.
They came from the north and were heading towards the south.
Then I suggest we go north.
What do you think they were heading to?
Try search and see if they have any like ritual items on them.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Is there only just one guy, or is there more than one?
What's that? There was 3 total. Currently, right now, Key, Lim, and Thorn are standing over 2 of them, while the third one that was just knifing people like crazy is in between him and Shawnee.
Okay. I apologize for asking questions.
Okay. On the 18, you see the chain still sort of linked around his arm, the brass chain that leads to the brass censer that's currently stuck in the soup. You sort of go through his body, and you see that he has a pretty well-polished scimitar. There is a sort of ritualistic Kree dagger, or Chris dagger, on his belt, and he has a pouch on the back of his belt. And as you sort of pull it open and open it, you find that there's probably about 25 gold pieces worth of incense inside. And each one of these crazy bastards is wearing a gold mask. If you need to know what kind of it looks like, it kind of looks like the Brotherhood of the Harpy masks from Game of Thrones. Each one is slightly different, but it's definitely gold-leafed and decorative. And they're all kind of like leering devil faces.
I know what these represent.
Give me a religion check. Okay, so with your passive of 13, as you look at these leering devil faces, and you look very closely at the different markings on them, each one bears a small sort of like, I guess like it would be a watermark in a picture, but it's kind of like a small stamp next to the right eye, and you sort of look at it, and you know this to be the symbol of the archdevil Zariel.
Ooh. Yeah, what do I know about her?
You know that she was a fallen angel, tempted by the powers of hells, and there she became the sort of mistress of the never-ending war in Avernus, and she kind of runs the joint. She's very powerful. What's the word I'm looking for? She's quite ambitious in her rule. She desires passion, battle, things like that.
Can you tell us, Ms. Kim, or?
Yeah, I'll inform the party, and I'll be like, so not the Dead 3, but pretty close.
It sounds something worse than the Dead 3. Devils straight from hell?
Well, granted, they must be really well.
In this one's case, it is a fallen angel, which might be just as worse as a devil. Most certainly sounding worse.
That must be very well financed. The design of the mask is very intricate.
Well, if its followers show the same passion as this cultist with the dagger, and I'll kick the knife into the sewer down below too, we may be in for a challenge. He was definitely dedicated to his job.
Well, if they're performing a ritual, it's definitely not good.
So Chani kicks the +1 dagger into the soup. I'm joking. It was only +1 in Frank's mind. That's why he fought so well.
That's
you
right.
guys check the other two bodies?
Yeah, I'll check one of them.
I'll check the other. And as I'm
Just
checking it,
either
I
one
wanna
of you
tell-
one of you roll with advantage, or both of you roll, and then we'll just describe both of what you find.
Mark, while they're searching, what is this?
What is what?
This little indent.
That is a poop pipe, and you just see that there's sewage sort of sloughing out from it and dropping into this.
Okay, well, I didn't know if it was if it was a corridor. I didn't want to know what it was.
So you see the liquid there in the blue, and then it's coming out, and it kind of drops down into this like collection basin, and then joins the rest into the trough there. So you can imagine that these are coming from some of the other houses and or temples in this area. Okay, both of you guys sort of begin to look through. Ravenclaw, you're searching this guy. You find that he still has a scimitar in his hand, very nicely shaped. He does not carry on him incense, but he does have a small pouch on his waist, and you open it up and you find that there are two small vials of liquid. One is red, one is black.
Has anyone seen a black liquid? Or any idea what this might do? I kind of just show it in the air while I'm still bent down looking over him.
I'll take a look at it.
Walks, you look over Frank the Shank. Other than the dagger that he had on his belt, there really wasn't much in way of accoutrements on his body. Underneath the thin silk, or underneath the leather that he was wearing, is a sort of thin silk gossamer robe. It's very finely made quality, but it's sort of just drenched in blood and rib now. He didn't really have much, other than this sort of gold medallion of the same representation of the mask that he's wearing on his face.
That's what I was going to ask Mark, if he had a holy symbol of any kind.
Would I be able to take the medallion and mask for a future and see what this guy looks like underneath?
Yeah, totally. You take the symbol. I'm trying to.
Well, if we want to keep the mask for treasure, we might as well get them, pack them away. We are in a hurry after all. We could peel off the leaf later.
Not so much the leaf that I'm.
The medallion looks like that. And you look underneath, and you see he looks like an everyday average person that you would see walking the streets of Baldur's Gate. You sort of hold the mask in your hand. It kind of has some heft to it. And you imagine that this thing could be worth some money on its own.
Interesting.
Elam, give me an Arcana check as you begin to look at the black. Okay. You look at it, and it smells faintly of licorice root. So automatically, you feel that this is not some sort of writing ink. And you sort of hesitantly take a sip. It's very sweet, like over-sugared root beer would taste, like incredibly sweet, but you sort of feel it begin to perk you up. Almost like the first cup of coffee on a weekend morning kind of feeling. And it is a potion of rest. So drinking that potion will give you all the benefits of taking a short rest.
Oh, that's pretty nice. Especially for me. Especially for me, since most of my class stuff regenerates after a short rest.
And the other one is just a potion of healing, 2d4 plus 2.
Nice.
I mean, Siren, you're looking at the masks, and you kind of look at it and be like, I could probably find somewhere to fence those for like 25, 30 gold each.
It's like, if you don't mind, I could probably pawn these off.
Possibly, but I have a feeling these might serve a greater purpose down here.
Who's in need of this health potion?
We're all good for right now.
I can hold on to it.
Just trying to think strategically. That other black potion, if it does what you were claiming, could be helpful with someone whose healing abilities regenerate after a short rest as well. While these other health potions can be used if someone drops.
Well, if you'd like to hold on to these, go ahead.
I barely heard that last part.
I said who regenerates heals with a short rest?
Ravenclaw does. My healing at a distance.
Well, one of the cases, we need to get going. I thought we are on a time-sensitive matter.
Lead the way. Which way do you wish to go?
So your pool of dice regains after a long rest.
Yeah, that's a long rest thing. I was just looking that up because I thought you had answered that before.
Do you remember how many you had? Do you remember how many you had left after that devil fight?
I have 3 left.
You did. Okay. But you do get your other spell slots back during your short rest.
Yep, I sure did forget about that. Disregard.
Mark, is that cat still around?
The cat isn't around. The cat is upstairs. Nobody took him downstairs.
Okay, good.
I vote we head south.
We have one vote south for Keelan, one vote north for Sally.
Sally, why do you always have to fight me?
I'm not fighting you. I'm just suggesting that we go north instead of south.
What is your reasoning for that, Sally? I'm just curious. I'm not disagreeing with you, but if they were heading north to south, wouldn't you think that perhaps they were heading to wherever the ritual was being conducted?
I think they were. this seemed to be more of a patrol. I think this is more where they're coming from. They might be coming from the ritual spot instead of going to the ritual to make sure that nothing that interrupts them.
They seem to be carrying a lot of incense to be coming from the ritual.
My vote is to go south. I want to see where they were going. I'm not trying to just disagree with Sally. That's why I wanted Sally to explain herself. But I agree that I want to see where they were headed. I think they were probably coming from like a preparation chamber, it would be my guess, to wherever it was they were going to go do the ritual.
It sounded like they were performing like a ritual march, which usually ends at the site, not away.
Agreed. I agree. How do the rest of you think? I know, difficult. I have a hard time thinking as well.
The one wished to go north, as it seemed that was where they guarded it. It seemed that path was guarded, but if you think they were moving south, then he would...
Both explanations make sense to me. So either way should work. Whoever has the most votes, let's just do that one.
I say, Siren, you flip a coin. Heads, we go north. Tails, we go south.
Alright then.
Nope, lead the way.
Walks. Your torch begins to sputter, and it goes out.
As soon as this torch goes out, I'll light my fist.
You light your fist back up.
Ah! So close to the eye! Why?
Okay, I got a rules question about that spell. Like, it says you have to put it on an object. Is a fist an object?
We already talked about this, and this is just strictly for flavor. I mean, if you want to go that route, Chris, then we're just going to have to change your character back to its normal thing.
No, Sorry.
I will ignite my fingerless gloves.
It's purely for badassery.
No, I completely forgot about that. God, I hate classes late at night.
Okay, Thorn begins to march southward along the stone, sort of clacking against the stone he's going. You see that there's a corridor now beginning to jut to the east. You hear a faint trickling of water and just the thick sort of smell of sewage. The siren begins to join you a little bit. And you kind of peek around the corner, and you see that it's a dead end. There's one active sewer pipe kind of glugging and dropping down. Some gray water and other matter of things sort of making its way back down towards the trough, but you can see a visible cave-in on the back end. Accidental or purposeful, you don't know yet. The hallway continues south and then takes a sharp turn to the west. Nevermore flies down, begins to move, and sees that there's a short hallway ending with a door. This is a thick, iron-banded door. This sort of... Well, nobody has light down there yet, but you sort of look at it, and it's definitely a very sturdy-looking door. Siren and Thorn, you move up, and you see that this long sort of trough of sewage continues to the north.
gonna go try the door over here.
You put your hand on it, and you begin to try to work the handle, and it is locked.
Me to unlock it for you?
If that is within your abilities.
It is. I'm a rogue. Wait for everybody to catch it first, though. Four.
The group didn't have those people didn't have a key on them.
Didn't find a key.
Nor did I.
The Van Damper kid had a key, but
I do have a key, actually. I'll check to see if it fits in there.
So you take out the thick, sort of copper inlaid key that you have, and you put it up towards the lock, and it does not even match the outer fitting. It's too big.
Alright, after seeing that, I'm going to pull out my thieves' tools.
She does have a key.
It was not the key that I was looking for.
You get your thieves' tools in, work it a little bit, and you feel that satisfaction that sort of moves up your arm, like and tingles up all the way into your neck as the lock clicks open.
Open it slowly.
So you begin to open it slowly, and as soon as it cracks open, the first thing you notice is just how well maintained it is. It does not make noise as you begin to pull it open. And as soon as it cracks open, you hear this large, gurgling voice like, "You'll tell me everything." And like a very stoic female voice, "I will tell you nothing." "Leave her alone, you beast!" Another voice kind of calls out from within. And as soon as I pull up the layer...
Do we recognize any of the voices?
You do not recognize the voice. And that's what you see when you crack in. You see a large, purple-skinned demon, or this devilish creature that's sort of standing like 7 feet tall, huge arms. And he has like this strange beard kind of moving in front of him. And I'm going to show you something really quick.
God damn it, Mark.
What?
Nothing.
I didn't do anything.
You've done everything.
Sort of looks like this.
Oh,
that's wicked.
And he's sort of pushing his long spear into what looks to be this cage, kind of tormenting this person inside. But her voice does not sort of waver. She kind of pushes herself back against the wall. "I will tell you nothing." "I said leave her alone! Shut your mouth, Fallister, or you'll get it next."
Ooh. I recognize that name. You alright?
What do you guys do?
I'm in the back.
Time for a preemptive
Sally,
strike.
you really can't hear it from back there.
yeah, you're a long ways back there,
Yeah,
Sally.
I'm just waiting, so I can't do anything.
I step forward to look over Siren's shoulder. That thing doesn't look friendly. Sorry, I keep talking
And
like a man.
to-
That thing doesn't look
it
friendly.
begins to turn around, and it starts walking this direction.
I close the door really quickly.
From its periphery, it watches as the door slams.
Oh.
Sorry, I got scared.
We're gonna roll initiative.
God dang.
I thought you guys were gonna Frank the Shank this guy from behind.
I was hoping for that.
We were, but then Siren got scared.
I am
I was actually kind of hoping that maybe she would, like, wait for it to pass before closing the door or something, being a little sneaky, hoping that it wouldn't see her.
Mark, I'm going to go ahead and toggle initiative to on or advantage to on right now, so I don't forget.
Okay. She said, she said I closed the door really fast, and so I was like, all right.
You don't panic, swing the door.
I'm never up front. I'm always in the back, and then I make my way up front.
So why are you standing in the front?
Because I was opening the door.
It was one of those things where she opened the door and she was just frozen in fear.
Rogues are supposed to be calm and cool-headed. You have not proven that today.
Oh yeah, Bree was really calm and cool-headed. She certainly was.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think that's correct. But they are supposed to be sneaky and quiet and get away with practically being in your face and you not even see them.
I like Bree. Because she was
I got goddamn her.
I just remember Bree blowing up a wagon.
Exploded and kill everybody almost.
I remember Bree blowing up a
Oh,
wagon.
I'm first in initiative too? How does this happen?
Oh, damn. It was meant to be, Theron. It was meant to be. I guess it's time to face your fears.
Cover me!
Opportunity to get back.
I opened the door again.
Okay.
Take a deep breath and I run inside.
So Siren goes, ah! Slams the door, and then on her turn, she kicks it open. Ah!
It's gonna all get cold if you don't act on it. The love that your father
You
has.
basically spend a second behind the door. I'm a brave girl. I'm a brave girl. I'm a brave girl. I'm brave. I'm brave.
Can't get in though.
And so you use your object action to push the door open again, and it just slams, and it just swings open and slams again.
And some cheese. You can make. I would close your eyes. Vegetarian burritos, man.
So I guess I'm gonna have to put in my strength to try to get this open then.
No, it's a well-maintained door that isn't locked, or you don't have to force it open. You just closed it.
Okay.
You couldn't lock it. So now you sort of just push it back open, and it swings open. Like they spent some money on these doors.
Alright. I'm gonna try to get in once the door opens.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I forgot I closed it. Door is open.
Okay, here we go. With the rapier.
Ooh, that'll hit.
God damn.
So, what is that? 13 plus 9 for 22.
Dang.
And he's gonna half that to 11.
Somebody better cast magic weapon on that rapier real fast.
15. For you guys to come in. And that ends my turn right there.
Okay. Walks.
Well, after just face palming, just seeing her go to the door, close the door, open and run in. Draw the rapier. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yep, and get in there. 25.
Okay.
And yeah, he's going to take a slap at this thing. Please work, please work.
– 14 hits.
Ooh. and probably as he's running through everyone going, it's like, someone get my back! Someone get my back! Someone get my back!
As you come in, and you watch as your rapier sort of hits his flesh, pokes a little bit, and then it begins to bend. And you sort of pull it back, and your blade sort of kind of true. The skin on this thing is a lot harder than you expected.
Alright, that's it. Yeah, just running in there like, someone get my back! Someone get my back! Someone get my back!
Okay.
I've got your back, little brother. I will run into the room. I'm trying. I can't fit through the doorway. I'm gonna have to drag and drop myself in there. Yep. So I will move to there, just going past Walks' space. Actually, I'll just go ahead and get to the back side of him here, allowing other people some space, because I need some wide swings. And I will make my attack with advantage because I crit my initiative.
Yes, you did. 25.
With my silvered greatsword. I have no idea if this will matter, but it is a silvered weapon. Almost, I know. One away. For 12 points of slashing damage.
You watch as Walks' rapier and Siren's rapier are sort of both ineffectual in its attacks against this creature. So you sort of swing the claymore, building momentum, and just rake it down its back. And you watch as this long gash rips open, and gouts of this black blood begin dropping and spitting everywhere, steaming around where it hits the floor. He's going to take all 12.
Nice. It works. That was money well spent. Which was like all my money, so I'm going to call it a good expense. I think I even spent somebody else's money to do it.
Nevermore.
Nevermore is gonna do the help action as it flies in that space.
Next attack against this creature has advantage. Sally.
I will pull out my silver dagger that I found, and I will hold the motion to attack the creature if it gets within 5 feet.
Okay. I was gonna say you must be pretty skilled with that dagger if you can hit it from 35 feet away.
I was gonna say, if something gets within 5 feet of you, they have to run through everyone else. That's probably not likely.
It's a Sally move, though. I approve.
It is totally. She's like, I'm ready to fight, guys. If you all die, and it
she pulls out her dagger and she's like, "Hoorah! Get him!"
It's like she pulls out one of her butter dinner knives and she's like, "See, I'm ready to fight."
You guys are all assholes. You really are.
It's a total Sally move.
Silver spoon in the other.
Okay, so you're going to hold your action to... Alright, so if it's within 5 feet, you don't want to, if it gets within 20 feet...
And here walks the the short end.
Okay, what?
So you can throw the dagger, so do you want to prepare... Well, I guess you have to make it specific.
I want to make a melee attack against the creature if it gets within 5 feet of me. I'm not going to throw my only silvered weapon.
Right into the sewer down below is where it will land too.
Okay, so now sort of swinging his long glaive, kind of twirling it around his body. He looks to you, Walks, and you watch as he sort of juts his chin out towards you, and the sort of barbed beard of tentacle chains that are kind of growing off of his face lash out at you.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Oh God.
Oh no. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to take 8 plus 7, so you're going to take 15 points of piercing damage.
Okay, can I cutting words that to be safe?
Yeah, you can totally... No, cutting words causes disadvantage, right?
No, it's something from the attack, which
Does
it
it
subtracts.
reduce damage?
Yes.
So you would use a bardic inspiration. You would subtract a bardic inspiration from your attack roll.
It also says damage.
Oh yeah, you can do it to damage.
Okay, so let's do damage. Go ahead and roll your d6.
Alright, Prezi sees it move, is like, well, that probably explains the smell! And if I can move this out of the way so I can actually get it.
Hopefully he's not immune to charm.
There you go. So you will take, 15 minus 6. You'll take 9 points of piercing damage, but I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Okay. It sort of hits you, and the barbs kind of get onto you, and you begin to feel this sort of stinging pain, and you immediately bring up your rapier and sort of move them out of the way, and you watch as they're sort of dripping in this sort of black poisonous ichor. And then he's going to move his glaive around, and then he is going to stab it backwards into Chani's gut. For a 17.
Oh yeah, that'll get past my sword.
It's 12 points of slashing damage as he brings
I
the
am
blade
going
head back into you.
I'm going to use my reaction to lower some of that.
Okay.
So I will take 3 points.
And you feel your gut wound begin to burn, bubble, and sort of ooze out this black ichor. I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Johnny, are you raging?
I have no rages left. I am not raging. So I have just used my absolute last ability. I have nothing, but I can hit you with my sword now. I can also hit you with advantage, but then you have advantage to hit me. You said con save. Here it comes.
Yes, please. That's exactly what you needed.
Oh, thank God.
You sort of began to feel sort of lightheaded and nauseous. And then you immediately sort of bring your thumb up to your mouth and bite down, drawing blood, using the pain to sort of refocus yourself, fighting off the effects of something that was going to happen. That's the end of his turn. Whoops, Ravenclaw. Sorry, I double-clicked it.
Somebody kill it, quick, please. Sally?
Yes! He's that enough shit!
With the door open, can we see this bearded devil?
Let me see. From you, he'll have half cover from where you're currently at.
Okay, I just need to see it. I snap my fingers and cause a cacophony of ravens.
Oh, let me mute myself so I can...
Okay. Let's see here. This guy does have some magical resistance to spells, so he'll have advantage on this. Rolls a 13, so he still fails. He'll take the 6. He will take the 6 necrotic. And that's all it does, right? Does it have like any after effect?
No, just necrotic damage. It just does more if
He'll
they take
take-
damage already.
He'll take all.
And
Okay.
that is my turn. Well, I'll move 2 steps forward.
Okay, Beta, it is your turn.
Okay. 3. Ooh, 15. Okay, so she's gonna get there. She sees this thing and she's like, oh. Okay, she's gonna cast a Sacred Flame at it. If it succeeds.
Okay. He's going to attempt a dexterity saving throw with advantage due to his magical resistance. Oh, he gets that one.
Damn. And she's gonna stay right there.
Keelim.
If Siren couldn't do any damage, I sure can't.
Anything's better than nothing right now.
She did damage. I mean, some is better than 0.
You have advantage.
Ooh, you brought the light into the room.
Strike.
Thank you, Keelim. With your glowing iron fist.
I walk up to the bearded devil and I go, I'm not really feeling it, so you don't have to worry about me. It's them you have to worry about, and I'm going to take the help action.
Okay. Next attack has advantage. Thorns.
Do they already have advantage?
Yes, from Nevermore.
I believe Walks goes right after. No, Sally. Ravenclaw, Beta. Yeah, no one used it yet.
So
That was the last fight.
It's just advantage name.
Did you want to take that advantage attack or no? 20? 20 will definitely. Okay.
Yeah, we could just do that and then we'll pick him up.
Okay.
Just a scratch.
Should have been an 8.
Okay, so he's going against the 8. He does not have advantage on this. This is just normal. This is just a strength. He'll use a strength. 17. So you hit him, and he's very sturdy. This thing's the same size as Chani almost. Just as thick, just as muscular. It just has purple skin and a strange beard.
Yep, that'll be my turn.
Okay. Top of round 2, Sally, from up the hallway, you watch as the body of Frank the Shank begins to absorb the body of the 2 cultists next to him and sort of begins to crawl towards you in this sloping gate. Siren.
I'm gonna. Okay. Oh, whoops. All right. First, my rapier. Do I get advantage or is he prone?
You do not get advantage.
Okay.
He is not prone. And Thorn used the advantage.
Well, there were 2 people granting advantage.
Yeah, but it's not the next 2 attacks. It's essentially the same advantage.
Work that way. It doesn't work that way.
It's fine.
Your help action overrided Nevermore's thing.
Pretty much.
Does the 19 hit?
It does. It's a lot of
And then as my offhand, I'm gonna use a dagger.
16 hits.
The 16 hit?
It does.
Okay.
Other than the sort of like leather butcher's apron he's wearing absolutely nothing underneath this thing.
Okay, and then afterwards, I go right here behind Chani.
Oddly
So
enough, he's going to take all 4 of that piercing damage from your dagger.
Wow, that's 13 total damage from somebody who doesn't have any magic. That you guys need to get in here and hit it. That was a good turn, Siren. I'm glad you're on our side.
Yeah. Just wincing from the wound, just look up, that was my best armor, you twat! And gonna shove the rapier back into his chest. Oh boy. That's probably not gonna get.
A 10 will miss. This time he sort of gets his spinning glaive in the way and knocks it to the side.
Crap!
Is that the end of
yeah, that's gonna be it for now.
Shawnee?
Okay, sorry, I was trying to come up with a what you know,
A cool action line.
acronym for twat in medieval is what I was trying to think, because Walk's called it twat, but I couldn't come up with the last letter.
Isn't
Quim?
Isn't Quim? That's like, that means twat or cunt, right? Because that's what Loki called Scarlet Widow, a mewling Quim.
Yes. I'm gonna just attack this guy like I did last time. But I don't feel like I want to lower my defenses again because this guy just stabbed me with a glaive that was pretty scary. So 17?
17 hits.
Doing only 8 slashing, but I know that I am wounding him.
He's definitely bleeding profusely from many, many cuts. Sort of looking around desperately, trying to see if there might be any way to escape, but seeing that he's surrounded, he's just going to fight to the bitter end.
Alright, I'll end my turn there.
Never.
You guys need to take it out. If it stabs us, it's pretty painful.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that.
Circle around, providing the help action.
Okay. Sally.
Sally is going to hang back with her dagger and again prepare an action. She's gonna prepare an action to hit the creature if it comes within range, melee range.
The devil?
Yes, the devil.
Okay. Alright. It is the devil's turn. Thorn hit it pretty hard. So did Shawnee. He's going to try to beard Thorn. Sounds so stupid. He's going to glaive charge.
I think I've seen what happens in those books.
Okay, so here comes the beard against Thorn.
Tentacle hentai.
So that's another one. So he gets it up, and then you just bat it straight away and sort of shove it right back into his face as his head snaps back. But using the momentum in a turn, he's going to bring his glaive down on Shawnee. Missing again. Woo.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, shit.
Double crit fail.
Something's bad's got to happen.
Apparently Frank took all the luck.
Yeah. Jeremy, do you have your crit fail chart open?
I can bring it up really quick.
Bring it up really quick. It's a D10, right?
Yeah, it's a D10.
You rolled a 5.
Hang on 1 second.
Pretty bad. So something bad has to happen.
Well, that's pretty lame. Pulled something. You have disadvantage on your next attack.
Wait, he pulled a muscle?
Okay, so since the other one's only grant advantage against him, I'm going to make sure that he has disadvantage. I'm going to give him the broken. Right there. So that signifies his next attack. If he even lives, he has disadvantage now. That's the end of his turn. Ravenclaw.
Since no one used up the help action, instead I'm gonna shoot an Eldritch Raven forward.
Okay. I'm going to say you can see all of them now since you moved up 5 feet. It's only covering like less than a third of his turn. So give yourself advantage. 13 is what you needed. You watch Chani walks and Thorn as the spectral bird flies in and just slams into his chest. And you can see the indentation from the force, like cracking some of its devilish bones inside, leaving like this gaping like cave-in, like a dent in a car door.
Finally, you bring the magic pain.
That's a max damage Eldritch Blast. That's pretty awesome.
It's about time.
Okay. Bonus action and or something else?
That'll be it for my turn.
Okay, Beta.
Gosh dang it. Such two people in front of her. Can I... Ah, shoot. Okay. I'm just gonna shoot and try another Sacred Flame at it, since I can't get in without having to back. So.
Ooh, I think he fails. He rolled a 12. I'll take 8 radiant.
Cool. Yep. Perfect.
Howling in pain.
And she's like, oh, thank Loki. And she's going to continue to stay right there, in that little corner.
We're all rooting for you, Keelan.
I can
Come
feel
on,
it.
guy.
I will pull out a flask and I will say, you know, I was saving this for a rainy day, but I think you could use it, and I'm going to throw a flask with holy water on.
Okay.
Where'd you get that one?
I'll use my inspiration point to gain advantage on this attack.
Okay, so this is just going to be a, what do you call it?
Improvised weapon.
Yeah, improvised weapon attack. So go ahead and just, I believe it's just your...
Isn't it like a alchemist flask where it actually has stats in the thing?
As an action, you can splash the contents of this flask on a creature within 5 feet, or throw it. Oh, so you can just use your action to splash it. Oh, in either case, make a ranged attack against a target creature, treating it as a improvised weapon.
So I'm just gonna hit my dexterity.
Sounds good. That'll hit. Roll 2d6. It's going to take 8 points of radiant damage from the whole. And 2d6 improvised weapon if it hits.
So it's melting like the Wicked Witch from.
It is. Smells like hair and burning rubber. It's gross. Right on. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay, Thorn, finish this thing off.
Is it normal or advantage?
This one is made at normal. 18 hits. Oh, he's barely alive.
Couldn't finish the.
He's hanging on with 1 hit point. And he just barely makes a save that should have been made at normal. But he rolls a 9. Okay. Siren. This thing is bleeding profusely and wobbling on its feet as its skin is bubbling and boiling and melting off.
I'm gonna use my own I don't need it. I'm just gonna try with regular. I'm gonna do 13.
13 hits.
And I will.
Smart.
You do enough damage with your rapier to kill it.
And offhand? No, oh, he's dead.
Go ahead, give him an offhand dagger.
Okay, I mean, I know he's dead, but I just want to make sure he's dead.
Your dagger stabs in, and you watch as the bones and the skin begin to melt and turn to this sort of ashen smoke.
I let out a great sigh of relief because I know nobody else felt the keen edge of that glaive. But from what you described, the wound would have been grievous indeed had I not been able to resist the effects of the devil.
It's still a pretty heinous-looking wound. You can smell
I used my stone's endurance, so I feel like I may have toughened my skin up just enough, but yeah, it's probably purplish and black. Yeah, it's gross.
And you can smell the sort of stink of what seems to be infection along the edge of it, but it's nothing that you can't sort of scrape away and clean off. If he would have hit you with his glaive, since he hit you already, his glaive would have did an extra D10 of damage against you. If he would have failed, you would have been bleeding from the infernal wound, and you would have suffered 1d10 damage at the start of your turn.
So you just bleed out, essentially, is what you're doing, man. Oh wow.
It's heinous, and you bleeding out makes his attacks against you even stronger.
Oh. Yeah, I don't want to get next to one of these guys. I'm going to make an archer when Johnny dies. Yeah, so I'm glad I survived that one, barely.
So
yeah,
now you can watch
that glaive away a little bit.
The purple skin, bearded devil sort of floats away, like turning into fog and kind of dissipating against the ground and like moving off and dispersing as the bones sort of melt into this liquid and begin to seep into the cracks before sort of like bubbling and smoking up. And you look that you are definitely standing in what looks to be an underground sort of prison, a very, very well maintained and paid for one. You sort of look around the cages and you only see that there are two people here. One of them seems to be a very sort of beat up, skinny man. The once nice clothes he was wearing sort of ripped, torn, muddied, beaten, blood stains, other stains. And then you see Chani in front of you, this sort of proud woman, very fit, sort of in a simple like linen gown that is too sort of dirtied as if she was sort of dragged around the tunnels, kind of leaning up against the wall, sort of looking at you. I suppose I must say thank you. That is, if you're here to rescue me.
And who are you?
I know that voice.
I will begin trying to open the cell door.
Just wait, Chani.
But
we have no way of getting them out of here safely. Perhaps right now is for the safest bet for them is to be in here, and we will collect them on the way out.
I disagree, actually.
Yes, I believe you said you made this suggestion before.
Yeah, and they were killed when we came back.
That's true. Like literally word for word, you have made this suggestion before, and they died by the old lady. That's kind of funny.
So, do I recognize the woman?
You do recognize her, and you can tell that she recognizes you, and there's a sort of glint and a faint smile on her face as she looks at you. Even down here, word of your deeds, and she kind of smiles, spreads like wildfire.
Well, that wildfire hasn't reached our ears. Perhaps you could enlighten us.
You haven't told them.
Told us what?
Is need to know information, and you do not need to know.
Well, you
I
see,
disagree.
if I'm forced to stay in this cage for much longer, and you know this woman to be a Satir Theon Hun, one of the city.
From what you cut out from the city, what?
Her name is Satir Theon Hun, and she is one of the nobility of Baldur's Gate.
Did that devil leave a key or anything behind?
Yes. You look at one of the cracks as there is a single iron key, sort of caught in the middle between the stones.
Thorn's gonna pick it up and start moving towards the doors.
People have been speaking of some interesting things they found in your home. There was a maid down here. She spoke many things.
And I see. And you believe a simple maid?
Well, you do have a reputation amongst the nobles.
What do I know of Satir Theon?
You know that she comes from a very politically powerful and very, very wealthy family. Like, she is top tier 1, like grade A, like 5-star Wagyu beef. And you're kind of A5, you're kind of down in the 5th tier of what they consider to be like the high nobility. Like, if there's an opening in the 4 Dukes Council, like, their families would be one of the ones to be considered to fill a seat.
And I'm sure you can persuade people that what they've heard is false once we let you out, or I let you out of here.
Well, that depends on what you're willing to sign over to my family.
And based on what you heard, what you might know that I don't. God damn you, Mark!
What? I mean, if nobles can play the same game.
And what is...
Now, please, if you can let me out. I'm quite thirsty.
I reach my hand out and for the key.
Yeah, I just
Unlock it.
Oh, Thorin, you walk up and unlock it?
Yep. And go up and lock the door.
Thorin kind of steps up, just kind of brushes past you and just jams the key in and turns it. And the door opens and she kind of steps out, sort of stretching a bit. Thank you. Your service will not be forgotten.
Mind telling us what you're doing down here?
The same as poor Lord Fisk. Political prisoner, and the like.
There seems to be a trend in this place.
Well, this is a den of snakes. But we play the game willingly. High stakes.
I'm surprised.
High fun.
I'm surprised you not know these games, Ravenclaw.
I know enough. What are you implying?
Keelam, you watch from behind you as the gentleman kind of makes his way closer. Excuse me, good sir. I was wondering, would you be able to let me out as well? Now that you know the danger has passed.
I don't see why we...
Wonderful.
Just be aware, we cannot guarantee your safety on your way out. So what happens, happens.
It's okay. I have a feeling that Fallister there will escort me out of the grounds.
Don't mind the bloody hallway filled with bodies of guards. We met them on the way here.
It might be wise for you to take their robes on your way out. It might help you get out the door.
Siren, would you be kind enough to open his cell?
I think Thorn has the key.
Oh, then Thorn could open the cell. Siren has a key too. Hers is just a different shape, and it opens every lock.
And you see she's kind of rubbing her wrists and her knees a little bit. She kind of walks by you, Sally, and she gives you this sort of sideways smirk.
Yeah, I'm kind of glaring at her. And what was the name of this maid that told you these things?
I don't know. She wouldn't stop screaming and crying. It was quite annoying, really. It's hard to sleep.
And how long
She did tell some juicy things. Such things and stories I'm sure your friends would love to hear.
Thorn's gonna go and...
another time, perhaps.
Oh, yes, indeed. We would surely love to hear.
Now I must tell my family of what the Van Thampers have done, using me as a political
Please do.
toy to keep my family from standing against them in the coming elections. Such a petty move. Well, I'll have them pay for it. And well, you heroes who rescued me, what are your names? And she kind of looks around.
I am the Ravenclaw. I try to watch over the city.
I'm Beta. Easy.
Don't be shy.
Siren.
Thorn walks up, unlocks the next cell, and this guy kind of comes out, kind of limping a little bit.
Oh, walks, ma'am. If needed, you're not hurt severely, are you?
Oh, just my pride.
Oh, well, the thing a bottle of wine can fix. And he'll look over to the other guy and, like, are you okay? Or you can still stand, right?
Very much so. Thank you for your concern. First, I wish to leave now. 1 second, my lady. I was actually wondering if I might be able to have a private word. Fine. I will wait outside. Do not keep me waiting. And she kind of moves out into the hallway and kind of stands underneath the lamp and sort of just rubs her wrists again and sort of stretches a bit. Close the door, he whispers a little.
Ah, yes.
Beta will close the door.
Now, am I to assume that you went into the house before coming down here? If you're here, that means you must stand against the Van Thampers.
Oh, very much so.
And he
There's
just
a
kind
lot
of
to answer for.
It's a debatable subject, but you could say. Go on.
I was originally sent here by someone I'm contracted by to gather information from Candlekeep. The Van Thampers have been the focus of the investigation. But my smokescreens didn't hold. They found me out. One of their sons is quite cunning in this regard. I thank you. I owe you all a life debt for saving me. What did you find in the villa proper?
They had 2 other prisoners up in the Crow Tower.
Some rather dashing armor that actually packs quite a punch.
We didn't find much. We were mostly here to capture the lady of the house.
The sickly
We are pretty sure they're in league with the Dead Three.
No.
And
The Dead
possibly
Three-
more.
The Dead Three has nothing to do with this, but a smokescreen of their own creation. They brought them in to cause havoc. I believe they brought them in to mask a greater threat. What that threat is, I'm not quite sure, but all I know is that the High Overseer of El Terrell lives, and he is here in the city, and here in this home.
Maybe perhaps it's that whole devil's working that
the son of
Zariel on the map.
The son upstairs claims that they're working with. I can't remember the guy's name. I'm drawing a blank. Krieg. That is Krieg to release a devil from a shield down here in order to take over the city.
as they did in Terrell.
We are going to try to find this shield and perhaps deal with it. Maybe banish it back to where it once it came. That would be the ideal.
I work for a tiefling sage. Her name is Lady Silvira Savicus. She works out of Candlekeep. She's a good friend of mine, someone whom I trust. She's been monitoring the activity here in Baldur's Gate and El Terrell, devil activity. She's convinced that Thavius Krieg struck a bargain with an archdevil, and that a copy of a contract he signed is hidden inside a magical puzzle box. She asked me to try to obtain this box as proof of the High Overseer's crimes. I was close. I found that the sickly one, the eldest son, Thirstwell, I believe he has it, hidden in a strong box. On his person you will find a key, a strange copper key inlaid with very many symbols and runes. This is the key that opens the strong box, and only that key can be used. I trust you.
Interesting.
You can
What
trust
does your friend plan to do with this contract, though? Destroy it?
She thinks she can open this puzzle box and hopefully destroy the contract within. She's willing to pay for it, either in gold or items of magic.
Is it indeed the key that Cyrune is now holding?
And he looks. You hold it up? Yes, it is that! How did you get that? I was so achingly close before they caught me.
I bullied him.
Yeah, you'd say, a certain little scaredy cat upstairs, couldn't really get it back from her once she took it. It's quite easy.
He was actually impersonating he was actually impersonating a mole rat when I got to see him. Couldn't even pull the guy out of the bed.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Is he dead? Did you kill him?
Fortunately, no. They decided to let him live.
If he is dead, it had nothing to do with us.
He walks freely.
Of course.
Yes, unfortunately.
There might not be any time. He holds the strong box in a false panel underneath the chest next to his bed. If you left him on his own accord, he may very well be walking out of here with that chest as we speak. I will go try to get it.
Are you sure you're going to be able to move with that limp?
I can move just fine.
Is Milady out there going to allow you to go try to get it?
Lead her to the door and send her on her way. Damn, he kind of like slams his fist against the wall behind him and kind of curses out loud. A very visceral reaction. If he gets away with it, then everything I've done, everything I've suffered, will be for nothing.
Both.
If this box really contains what you say, then maybe we should accompany you and ensure it is recovered.
For there still might be more guards upstairs that have already been summoned by him.
Ravenclaw, you insisted on coming down here in pursuit of her lady. Shouldn't we seek that out instead of making sure everything is fine?
The Duchess does indeed walk these tunnels.
It depends, Sally.
I do not know. Occasionally there are cultists. They walk in groups. They bear before them a strong-smelling incense. To breathe too deeply of it if you're not aware of what it is can cause hallucinogenic and incapacitating effects. They do it to hide the stench, though I believe they also use it to subdue the others within.
Would you happen to know if that is also how they recruit people into joining their cult, or is that just a freely publicized thing?
I never looked too much into trying to join. I had a mission. I failed.
I see.
Well, if you're planning on catching the youngest brother, you should make haste.
Oldest brother.
Keelan, Sally, what are your passive perceptions? Okay. Keelan, as he's speaking, you can see that he's sort of giving you a peripheral sort of glance. And you can kind of make out what looks to be sort of like a guilty face before he continues speaking and looking back at everybody else.
Yeah, I was kind of curious if he was actually being truthful.
What
Give me an insight. He's being very truthful in the words he's saying, and you can tell that as he looks at you, he feels a sense of deep guilt.
What's on your mind? Seems like you're hiding something.
Just the box. He kind of he tries to give you like an assuring smile. Just the box. It's very important. And he just kind of stares down at the floor a little bit. And then he looks at you, right in the eyes. For what it's worth, I am sorry.
Are you now?
If you excuse me, I will take the Lady Satir to safety.
Best make haste, lest something else comes along the way.
He opens the door and he steps out. Well, it's about time, Fallister. It stinks in here. Sorry, lady. If you would, follow me, please. And begins to lead her out of this place. What do you guys do?
I command Nevermore to kind of follow invisibly as he's leading her out.
Okay, so he's gonna follow him and her all the way upstairs.
I got a strange vibe from him.
Just to the stairway where we entered.
Keelan, you remember that Captain Zodge told you that the names of the insurrectionists of the first group of people you were with, the people that were caught trying to overthrow the guild and just the innocent bystanders on the outside, were given to him by a spy that he put under his employ named Fallister Fisk.
So he was the one that rounded up the first party?
Yes. And you can surmise that taking work for the Flaming Fist and also kind of what he did there and kind of watching the guild and kind of using that with some of the smoke screens he was trying to put up about what he was really intending to do in the city, and that was to try to steal from the Van Dampers this puzzle box and bring it back to Candlekeep. So, the name of the woman he's working for is Silvira Savikas.
Isn't she the one that she like runs one of the good temples there or something?
Kind of, yes. She's a tiefling, but she's also like a historical expert on the Nine Hells. So, as they begin to move away and Ravenclaw follows them, what do you guys do?
You mean Nevermore?
Do you think that this is where those cultists were headed? To this prison? And if so, what were they going to do when they got here?
They were just a guard watch, especially from what he just said. They move in groups with their incense.
Yeah, so what he was telling you is that they move in groups.
Be wary of that incense
through the sewers, and those people who are not inoculated to the incense that they use can suffer incapacitation or hallucinations, but they use the incense here to sort of combat the smell of the sewers. And that's all they do, is they take turns patrolling in groups, swinging incense censers to try to keep down the smell. And that's the sweet scent that you catch on the air that just doesn't do much unless you're really close to that incense at hiding the sewage smell. So,
well, we didn't do anything with those bodies of the cultists. We just left them there in the gutter. So if another patrol comes by, they're going to find those bodies there. Perhaps we should take care of that.
So maybe we should make haste back up there then?
Do we have the time to do so?
Perhaps we go and retrieve this box as soon as possible, and then we come back down. There's 2 items of interest: that box, and now this shield.
It sounds like you're thinking we should split the party.
That I do not think is a wise idea. Or we have a hard time faring any one of us.
This box may be more important than the shield.
Which I mentioned a second ago, but it sounds like we just let him go take care of that after he leads her out. Are you now saying we should go after it? So
we'll be able to?
I think we should go after it ourselves as well.
I sent Nevermore to follow them. Nevermore will let me know if he is unsuccessful.
But how far do you...
To follow all the
he can keep in contact. He can keep in contact telepathically with Nevermore for a mile. So he can speak to Nevermore. If Nevermore is a mile away from him, he can still speak. Anything over a mile, he can't stay in contact. So more than enough distance that you guys can keep in contact if that's what you do.
I can turn invisible and make sure and grab the puzzle box if needed.
Yeah, but will you be able to fare against all the guards that also may be up there? Since we did cause quite a ruckus. Especially with that suit armor.
But the Van Damper we decided to let loose and whatnot guaranteed that the guards will not interfere. He told the guards everything was hunted in.
Sally, do you really believe him to keep his word, though?
Then why didn't you tie him up and gag him?
The longer we argue, the farther he's going to get away. We need to find. We need to find the shield. We need to find Thirstwell Van Damper, and then we can go after him.
Well, sounds like that's a plan. Let's do it.
Wax will just rub the bridge of his nose, look over at Johnny a bit. This is why I never follow politics.
I definitely feel that I'm out of my wheelhouse a bit, and will let these decisions be made by wiser people than me. I'm just worried about more guards being called down here if those bodies are discovered.
Keelim, Thorn, you look down another long hallway that sort of disappears into the darkness. Only the little faint blips of green light from the lanterns casting like small circular sort of portal-like lights in the hallway that sort of chain all the way down to the end.
Mark, I am going to have Chani light a torch.
Okay.
For herself, one of her own torches, and I am going to go on my own, and I'll just tell Wax, I'll be right back. Don't bother waiting.
Do you need assistance, Chani?
Not. So my intention is to just go back to where we fought those guys. Right up here. There they are. I see them now. In the dim light of my torch, do I see any other lights coming down the hallway?
You don't see any other lights, but if you want to give me a perception check either here or closer, you can. Let's do me a favor. Let's take a quick break, and we'll pick up here in 5 minutes with the exploration and what Chani finds.
Sweet.
I chose a very difficult character.
All right, Chris, we're used to it.
I am role-playing her well, I think.
I agree. I agree that she's just as likable as Cersei Lannister.
Good. Which version?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Which version of Cersei?
What versions are there for me to choose from?
Before or after the Walk of Shame?
I didn't notice a distinct difference before or after. She was a bitch in both times. What changed?
She was a lot more subtle and a lot sort of more vengeful with what she did, I think, after her Walk of Shame.
Well, I agree, but I think that part... I mean, and I haven't read the books. I've only seen the show. So my judgment on this is based on the fact that she had a religious order that essentially took over her city and did horrible things to her and others, and I think she just wanted to stomp them out. But yeah, she was still a conniving bitch before the order.
But yeah, Sally is a different character that I usually play as. So I hope you guys. I mean, character-wise, I hope you guys are enjoying her.
Well, she's definitely a character.
The question is, will we be able to break through that cold exterior to find the heart?
She pulls out the still beating heart from the jar. I got a jar of dirt.
Keelan unrolls his coroner's tools.
Not that heart. Metaphorical.
I will put them away.
More like instead of dirt, I got a jar full of heart.
You know, interestingly enough, if you take her heart out, she'll still be an evil bitch because it comes from the brain. You gotta cut out the brain. The heart is just a pump. It's just a pump, everyone. Doesn't do anything but pump blood.
I'm just not scared at one point. It's like, do you even have a heart in there? Yes, I actually have 3 of them. Which color? Not that color.
I'm not the Grinch.
Alright, here we go. Johnny, are you going to move closer or are you going to stay there?
I did move a little bit closer, so I'm 20 feet away from them, the bodies. But I will gradually move closer. I don't see any... Well, let me make my screen bigger. Yeah, I don't see any danger currently, so I will step closer.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay.
You notice that the bodies weren't as you left them, and that the censure that was on this cultist's arm is gone.
Isn't that the one that I kicked into the stream below?
Yes, you kicked the head of the censure that carried the incense into the stream to hold it, but he still had the chain still wrapped around his arm.
Oh, okay. And now that chain is gone?
Yes.
So I think, based on that, I feel like someone has found these bodies already. But I will go ahead and just roll them over into the... And you said this was like 3 feet deep, so I'm just going to dump them down into the...
No, it's about 3 feet wide, and it's just this small, singular stream. I mean, there's not a heavy flow of sewage up here. You would imagine that the sewers down in the lower city of Baldur's Gate would probably be much wider and deeper. As, you know, the nobility kind of sends all their crap downhill, and this isn't as much as you would think. But you kind of, if you can kick them in the trough, and they'll just be in the trough.
Yeah, that doesn't really hide them, though. So I'm going to go ahead and grab them and drag them. It won't take me too long, or I could just kind of fireman carry them over my shoulder. I want to set them against these rocks over here, like put them in this corner.
Okay.
That I saw when I was coming down this way. I just saw this pile of rocks. So I'm just going to drag all 3 of the bodies there, so they're kind of out of the walkway. Hopefully they won't attract any more attention, then I'll make my way back to the group.
Do you put them in a funny pose?
Yeah, sit them up like they're just sitting around having tea.
Just playing cards.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just kind of shove them in the corner where it's nice and dark, and then I will make my way back to the group when I'm done.
Okay, so you stay there, and then I'll let you know. Keelim, Thorn, everybody else sort of moving down the hallway. Just further up, Thorn, near the edge of your vision, you see that there's a tunnel up here that seems to go south, and it also continues straight ahead of you further to the west.
Do we hear anything?
Give me a perception check.
I'm listening for more chanting of patrols.
You don't hear any chanting. There's the gurgling of the water and like the splashes of like the bloop, 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 kind of like not like regular splashing water, but like, you know, you're splashing maple syrup into maple syrup kind of thing, and that's the water's very thick, kind of moving around.
As we're walking, I'm going to check in on Nevermore.
Siren, pick a direction.
Nevermore is sort of sitting on a chair, watching as Fallister is dressing Satir, putting on what seems to be servant's clothes and a hooded cloak. Both of you turn and you see a long tunnel barred by a large iron grate.
Yep, our decision's already made for us.
And here, what you begin to see is that the closer you get to the grate, the slope of the tunnel begins to get steeper and steeper and steeper, as you imagine that this is a main feed leading down to the lower city sewers.
There's our exit strategy.
I'm waiting for Chani.
Okay. You hear her footsteps padding back and forth as she's kind of grunting, carrying the dead weight of these bodies. You hear them come closer and disappear, come closer and disappear. She's still moving some bodies around. As you guys begin to get closer, you begin to hear the Animus Saniatu, and begin to smell the scent of the incense.
I will dim my light, and I will see if I can spot their light.
You can spot their light coming from here. I just don't want to put the... Well, I'll do it. One guy has a torch.
So I will point that out and like gesture like be ready.
You turn and look around the corner, and you see that coming out through a haze of incense is another group of cultists in gold masks making their way down Thorn. Johnny, it is about this time that you place the last body at the end of the tunnel.
And as I come out, do I see Sally kind of standing there at the edge of the hallway, tapping her foot?
Yep.
All right. I say, well, thank you for waiting, Sally. And I'll start making my way towards the group.
Okay, they move in the slow motion that you guys are sort of looking at each other. They move 5 feet closer. Incense swinging.
I did offer the help.
Oh, it's okay.
I did.
As soon as they turn,
attack if they come into view.
as soon as they turn the corner, I'm going to attack.
As soon as they move 5 feet closer, they see Thorn. We're going to roll initiative.
It's always something, isn't it?
The sounds of battle will get me to run.
He is in plain view.
Is he just saying like a statue, like I'm nothing? I'm nothing?
I didn't crit initiative this time.
The leaf on the wall made of big, hunking, shiny metal. Can you not tell?
I mean, there has to be a level of stealth involved in ambushes, you guys.
I put my light out. What more do you want?
That was a good move. Okay. Everybody should be in the initiative. Top of round 1. I'm going to change the music. There we go. It is this cultist's turn. He has the torch, and he is going to run forward. 5, 10, 15 to there. Ravenclaw, your prepared action. Key Lim, was your prepared action to throw?
I'll throw.
Boom! Ravenclaw, hold on to that action, Key Lim. He might be dead. He's dead. Oh man, this is great. So you watch as like the early 90s game physics machines kind of thing. As he fucking runs up, getting ready to like stab down at Thorn, the Raven just hits him and sends him fucking cartwheeling through the air in the opposite direction, dropping the torch. And he just flies like 15 feet and lands dead.
Red Dead Ragdoll physics.
GTA ragdoll physics.
Yep. 5,
Warframe
10,
bow
15,
physics. And you
20,
smack them.
kill him! That'll hit. Right in his eye. One of his eyes is permanently blinded.
Oh,
He's
his
screaming
eye.
as blood is spurting out of his gold mask. He's gonna take a token attack at Thor. Oh, that's the sheet. Yeah, you can't see. Beta!
Kira?
She's gonna sacred flame him.
Okay.
No. Yeah, he succeeds.
Okay.
I'm guessing he's got a 15.
You got
Mark, do Sally or I hear the sounds of fighting at all starting from the corridor?
You definitely heard the kerchoo. Ah! The guy was cartwheeling through the air. And you definitely hear the guy kind of screaming, "My eye!"
Reaction, I say to Sally, we can't leave them alone for 5 minutes.
Something is definitely happening.
Well, to be fair, Beta did warn.
Is that the
We
end of
can't-
your turn?
Yeah, that she's gonna stay right there.
Thorn.
We're gonna go ahead and attack that guy right there.
Okay. Definitely hits. And he's dead. As you take your longsword and you jab into him with your right arm, and then you sort of hold your shield up sideways, and then you just slam it into his face to get him off of your sword.
10, 15, 20. And I'm gonna go kick this guy.
What's your... You don't have to breathe, correct?
Correct, I do not have to breathe.
Okay, you're fine. Go ahead and, yeah. Are you going to try to... Oh, yeah, I think he's definitely pushed. I don't think you can beat that. Even with a crit, he can't beat that 23, so he's prone.
Oh, I gotta fix that.
His max ability is a 21 on that, so... Okay. Good turn. Walks. You watched as Keelim, Thorn, and Ravenclaw dispatched the first two, as Thorn took off what seemingly up a hallway. 3 humiliation.
Hearing the battle, he's going to cast a message, and he's going to send it out to Chani.
What do you say to Chani?
It's like, I know you're pretty busy with the bodies right now, but we're kind of in a situation. Get your big butt here now!
Chani, what do you...
Worry not, little brother. I'm on my way. Save some of the blood spilling for me.
Oh, she's not going to be happy when she sees us. And then gonna draw his rapier and run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, pressing up against the wall.
Okay.
And that's it.
Frank the Shank's older brother holds out his hand towards Thorn, and he says, "Stop right there." He's going to cast Hold Person. So I need a Wisdom saving throw, please. I think that just makes it. That just makes it. As he begins to cast his spell on you, you sort of mentally like shake yourself out of it and look at him now through the haze of smoke as he's sort of looking at you, and he pulls a dagger out of his belt. Nevermore is still upstairs, and he's
exactly on me. I had both of us highlighted when I did that. So it's actually Ravenclaw.
Okay, so Nevermore. You both will go on the same turn here. Hank the Shank. Yeah. God damn it. Well, that's what I thought. So Nevermore is upstairs, and now you're watching as Fallister is sort of leading her towards the back door, and as he does so, he closes it as she leaves, and he looks over towards the stairs, and he's going to take a couple steps towards the stairs going upstairs. Ravenclaw.
Raven at the guy farthest away, since one of them was prone.
Okay. A 9 will miss, and you watch as he sort of uses his dagger and kind of deflects your Eldritch Blast away, and he begins to crouch down into an attack position.
And that was my turn.
Johnny.
All right, so I heard the message. I hear the sounds of battle. I have a torch in my hands. I will run forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I do not see. Well, I guess there's these little torches along the way, so I can kind of see through the dim light. I will go ahead and move again. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to get to there. So I double move to there. I am not closer to the battle yet, so I will end my turn.
Okay.
And I'll holler back to Sally that she better move like the wind.
5, 30 here. I'm gonna send Ray of Frost at the one Hank the Shank.
15 hits.
Stay where I'm at for now.
Let's give him a token. Given the boot, his speed is reduced by 10 feet, right? Keelan.
I'm feeling a little invigorated. Let's do this. I'm going to attack this one on the ground.
Keelan just goes into MMA mode with the ground and pound.
Alright, now I have advantage on this.
Yes, he is prone. And humiliated. That'll hit. Just stabbing him with a scalpel.
I'm gutting him like he was on my table.
This is the worst death. He's sort of like, are you just bent over the body looking at Thorn? This is what they call a Y incision.
See what your insides look on your outside.
And with your karate chop to his throat, he died.
And
I thought you were supposed to make the incisions after they were dead, but yeah.
yeah, as I hold him by his throat, his body starts shriveling up, and I'm just like, yes. Looking for.
There's a brief moment, Siren and Thorn, as Key Lim's hand is like pressed against this person's throat, that he sort of deflates a little bit, and you watch as Key Lim almost plumps up a little bit, as if his muscles, like every single one, is tensed and like his veins are popping, and then they come back to normal and he stands up a bit straight.
Oh, that's what I needed.
Is that the end of your turn?
That's fucking terrifying.
You're
Thank
not
you
the
for
one.
that.
You're not the one seeing it.
Sally.
Sally's just gonna saunter up.
You're like, Sally, move your ass, and you see she's just kind of slowly swaying her hips forward, kind of moving. Okay, this guy was just murdered.
Oh, is there somebody? Okay, I only see the two dead bodies. Is there a token on top of another token?
Nope. Everything is dead in that hallway. But there's still the sounds of fighting.
I don't see a hurry, Chani. It seems like they have everything under control. But I will double move. Still sauntering.
Beta.
I slap her ass as she walks by me?
Yes. Give me a Constitution check. Chani.
Oh no!
Oh
Your
no.
hand hurts. Like, you just hit the inside of your knuckles on something really hard.
Oh my god! I have no idea what your ass is made out of, Sally.
Probably porcelain, like the rest of her body seems to be made out of.
Definitely bounce a silver piece off of that butt.
Those Jane Fonda videos are finally working off.
Squats, man.
Body if you so wish.
Beta.
Come on. 25, 30. Okay. Now I can see. Dang it. He's pretty far. 5, 10, 30. Okay. And she's going to sacred flame him. Attempt to. Oh, I mean, may I? Oops.
He will just make it.
And yes, she is a movement, her action, and she's gonna stay there. That's her turn.
Thorn.
I want to get on this side of him.
Okay. A 14 hits.
So instead of... Yeah, we're going to push him to the ground again.
Okay. Ooh, he just fails and kind of slips and falls down.
Okay, that will be my turn.
Walks.
I'm gonna have to question what the hell Killam just did. So, move here, 10, 15. Yeah, seeing him down on the ground, he's going to wave his hand and just mutter out, "I would shoot you, but I wouldn't wish them any arrows," and cast Vicious Mockery.
Dang, I thought you were going to try to stab at him with advantage. You guys keep forgetting that they have advantage on these magic saves.
Like, I could try to move up, but I think that took a good chunk of movement out of me.
So you had...
I was here and then had to move over this guy.
You had 10 feet, 15, 20, 25, 30. But he succeeds on his wisdom save against your Vicious Mockery.
Ah! Damn!
Okay, you have a bonus action of movement. More movement still if you want to use it.
Yeah, he's gonna move up the rest of the way with his rapier. But, yeah.
Okay, so Hank is going to stand up for half of his movement and do a reduction of Ray of Frost. He has no movement. So he's going to use his action to cast another spiritual weapon. Here, in the shape of a sword. Spiritual weapon is going to attack. $15 missing. He's going to try to shank Thorn and walks. First one. Wrong sheet. $14 missing. 15 is a 15 hit you walks.
just barely over.
Take 6 points of piercing damage, which is max for the dagger, and he punctures a hole in your armor, reducing your AC by 1.
God dang it! I just got.
You are nothing like your brother. What did you do to Frank?
What are we gonna do to you?
That's the end of his turn. Ravenclaw. You watch now as Fallister begins sneaking up the stairs, and Ravenclaw is sort of hopping on the ground behind him, jumping stair to stair, like a raven would. Sort of following up to the upstairs landing, and then looking through the broken door of Thirstwell's room.
Another Eldritch Raven at this guy.
Ooh, an 8 will miss. Again, he sort of walks as cover and kind of ducks down, and you sort of send it wide a little bit, not wanting to hit walks.
Shoot him, not me!
Okay, that's the end of the turn. Johnny. Oh, caught her while typing.
Yep, sorry. I will type that later. I will go ahead and double move, getting up there. I am going to not dare slap Sally's ass as I move past her because I'm afraid it might break my fingers. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's a double move. Looks like I'm still not in range of any combatants, so I am just waving my torch, coming for you guys. I'll get there.
Siren.
Don't worry, at 5th level, I'll get to move 40 feet or 30.
Him.
18 hits.
Alright.
That one hurt.
And then as an offhand, I take my dagger.
That'll hit.
There you go. I'll stay where I'm at.
Okay.
Oh, Carla, I think this is your best fighting character you've ever built. You have just been boss with her so far.
She's pretty boss with Valeria, too.
She is, but Valeria is not quite a combat like this. Siren just tears through things. It's pretty cool to see.
Well, Valeria just likes to beat old men.
That'll hit.
Bonus unarmed strike.
Better hit him with this. Oh, you could have sucked the life out of this guy too.
Well, I can double tap him.
Double tap.
Yeah. Yep. Key point.
And you suck the life out of him. You watch as this time he's standing, and Keelim's light hand, he sort of like closes it, and he just leaves his 2 fingers, and he just kind of punctures through his chest, and he just begins to shrivel as the light grows brighter in his arm, and he begins to swell again with more vitality.
And as he keels over, I reach out my other hand and I just like close his eyes.
Shh, it's okay.
Leave.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. And it seems that all the danger is past. As another one of the patrols. Oh, damn it! I deleted the round count. We are out of initiative.
Is this a door?
Yes. So as you look, you see that the hallway, those of you standing in it, continues further down this way. There is this long hallway that goes north, and there is a door right in front of you, Keelim, as well as a door to the south. So there's a door right next to you here. There's a door next to Beta and Ravenclaw.
As I approach, I say, I hope you guys didn't miss us too much, but it looks like you had things covered.
Oh yeah, pretty covered. Oh!
I see that Siren is bathed in blood, so she did a good job. And Keelim, you look not too bad.
Ravenclaw. You watch as Fallister sort of gets down into a crouch, and then he begins to move.
Nevermore will continue to watch closely. And I will update the party that he is following through with what he said. He is creeping up into Emmeric's room now.
Okay.
Did they?
This is another one. This is another one of those tall iron doors. Iron banded, thick. You put your hand on it, and it is freezing to the touch. Just because it's quite cold down here.
They were carrying one of those incenses, right?
Yes. And I totally forgot about it, so don't worry about it. But it's still kind of smoking on the ground. I'll just say you guys saw it and are kind of holding your breath a little bit.
So I'm going to point at that, and then I'm going to basically gesture for everyone to get up behind me, and we're going to breach and.
Okay, you put your hand on the door. The door is currently locked.
I'm going to motion for everyone to get behind Siren. We're going to breach and clear.
Don't forget, Thorn has a key. Siren, go ahead and give me a thieves' tool check, Siren. Click. The door is unlocked. She steps to the side. Keelim, you begin to open said door.
I've got the incense in my hand, and if I saw anyone, I was going to throw it at him, but I don't see him.
There's nobody in here. You look to see what seems to be kind of like a wardrobe or a vestry. You see that there's 4 wooden wardrobes in the room.
I make sure there's nothing on the ceiling or any suits of armor.
You look up to the ceiling. There is a suit of armor hanging on the ceiling.
I knew it!
Close the door, close the door!
Its eyes glow red. So you walk in and it smells kind of musty in here. There's no lights, no candelabras, no lanterns or anything hanging inside. But some of the wardrobes and parts of these stone walls look like they've been stained with torch soot. You move about and you see that these are tall wardrobes, kind of like, what do you call those? I forget. They're just tall wardrobes, probably like 6-7 feet tall, double doored. You kind of open them up and you see that there's a bunch of like cultist robes, as well as masks and different sort of things. That this is where the cultists kind of store extra things.
This is their closet.
Yes. Or better yet, a better explanation would be like this is where they put their things and change. So they put their robes here and their masks before going back up into the real world.
Mark, did they check this door?
They have not. They are currently checking another door and didn't want to cause anything to happen.
These could come in handy, actually.
Siren, there is a door to the north of you.
Okay. There's a door over here. Should I open it? Should I wait for everybody else to come in first?
The door here as well. Is the door locked?
That door is locked, Sally. That door is not locked.
Alright, guys, I'm gonna open the door. Get ready.
Okay.
Gonna move right here and press against the wall.
Sally, did you want to check that door down there?
You said it was locked, so I can't open it.
Okay.
So
you open the door, and directly in front of you, Siren, is Frank and Hank's other cousin, Steve the Shiv.
Fine. Here we go again.
There's a lot of initiatives in this place. We're gonna roll initiative.
Yeah, I'm going to toss Siren aside as I shank this guy with my torch.
Oh, God, you're the worst.
Never mind, sorry. You're on your own there, girl.
I'm okay.
You went to grab and you slipped.
I call out to the cultist. I go, "You haven't seen anything suspicious today, have you?"
I'm sorry, everyone. I'm supposed to be smart here, but I'm not smart.
You guys can't blame any of this on me.
And yet we still
It's
are.
all me.
Totally Jessica's fault.
How is it Jessica's fault? She's dead!
Jessica is currently not dead. In that timeline, she is actually destroying cities as the hand of her god.
Isn't that how characters always end up becoming the manifestation of a destroyer god?
Yeah.
Why don't? Because the gods always like to piss me off, and I try to fuck with them back.
23 hits.
Step 2.
This guy got fucked up.
And I'm gonna go right here.
Okay.
And it's my turn.
Sally.
So I hear noise, I hear fighting. Ah, great. Go 5, 10, 15, 20. I see the guy in front.
$22 hits. Almost max.
And I roll 25, 30.
Steve the Shiv is alive, but barely. Okay. This guy is going to use movement 5 feet here. He's going to use his action to pound on a door. On your feet! And then he's going to use a bonus action to cast a spiritual weapon. There. I can move it as well, right? I can use 20 feet of movement as part of casting it and attacking.
Yeah, as a bonus action, you can move it 20 feet and attack with it.
So he's going to cast it there, and he's going to move.
Well, actually, no.
Right? Yeah, how do you do it, or no?
No, when you cast it, it has a range, so you can cast it up to 60 feet away from you. It doesn't have to be next to you. So you cast it next to your target, and then you move it and attack with it as a bonus action on substantial turns.
Okay, so he's going to go. I'll move him closer so he can see. So
Casting it is
5 there. Action. There. He's going to attack Beta.
Christmas colors!
Oh yeah, definitely.
That shouldn't have been an advantage. I apologize for that. I'll roll it again.
It's a hit.
14.
No, does not.
Okay. He's going to cast Sacred Flame at you, so give me a dexterity saving.
Alright. Dexterity.
Okay. You surpass his DC, and he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Which is like...
He's going to use an object action to open the door. That was his turn. Thorn.
I'm gonna step up to this guy and swing my sword at him.
That hits. Oh, damn. You're gonna try to humiliate?
Yep. Didn't know if he was gonna go down or not.
No, this guy is not the bleeding guy. The bleeding guy is trying to run. Ooh, fails, still falls. Roll 20 is like, you don't want to take the crit? Fine. Screw you. Keelan.
Once more. Gonna go here, and I'm gonna attack this guy.
Okay. Twenty hit.
Is he still alive?
Scalpel digs deep. He is still alive.
Alright, bonus action. An arm strike. I have a sense of deja vu.
The 10 will miss.
Alright.
Walks.
Alright, gonna run in. 5, 10. Oh boy. Is there anyone else I can get to? 15. Yeah, I'm gonna get to right there, and I'm going to strike at this guy.
Okay. Make an attack at advantage. 22 will hit.
Oh, so glad for that one then.
8 piercing. He's not looking very good. He's bleeding out of a lot of wounds. He's getting woozy over here. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep, that's all I can do.
Ravenclaw.
I'm gonna step there, catching sight of the enemy. Unleash Eldritch Raven at him.
Okay, do this at disadvantage. Ooh, goddamn. 18 still hits. You just destroy this fucking guy as he just splats against the fucking wall. Oh. Dead.
And then I'll step back, finishing my movement.
Okay, Johnny.
Swear you guys are taking all the blood.
You watch this spiritual weapon just sort of lulls and doesn't do anything.
Nice. That target has been nerfed. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can see that guy right in front of me. He looks like he's grasping onto his life with but a thread.
He's coughing up blood, and he's trying to staunch multiple wounds in his torso.
Alright, so what I would like to do, I know this is kind of an improvised weapon thing, and I'll let you decide what it means for damage. I want to throw my torch at him.
Okay.
and then draw my greatsword. But yeah,
honestly, if you hit him with the torch, he only has 1 hit point left. The torch deals 1 point of damage. So, you could kill him if you hit him with a torch.
Then I'm going to try to throw my torch right into his mouth. Yes. Choke on this, buddy. It's an improvised weapon. You don't get your proficiency for that, right?
Not unless you have
Tavern Brawler.
Right? Okay, so I will just I'm just wanted to double check. Yeah, that was right. I'm just gonna hit strength because it's just a strength check essentially.
Okay.
To make it without my.
I really want you to hit this guy.
I really want to hit him too, but it might not happen. It's just fun roleplay.
Oh no!
Probably him by 1 as he sidesteps the.
Yeah, you missed him by 1. I was ready to play the whole it makes the bamboo sound when it hits his head.
All right, well that's fine.
So he ducks it, and the torch flies over, and it lands in the corner.
All right, that ends my turn. I mean, I have my great sword out now, so they're in for it.
For a moment, I thought you could do the barbarian thing where the guy chucks his great sword like a spear.
I just wanted him to go up in flames. That would have been a fun moment. But hey, it was a good setup.
Like the Nazgul.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Waving his arms around, and he runs in the opposite direction. Top of round 2. Sorry.
I would totally fight with a long sword and a torch in my offhand. That would be fun. But I don't. I have a great.
I'm gonna dash.
Okay.
I gotta get him. Missing.
An 8 will miss with a rapier.
Okay. My turn.
Okay. This cultist is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's going to hold his hand out towards you. He's going to cast Chill Touch. He slips on somebody's shoe that they left on the ground, and he sort of hits the top of the door frame, sending him off balance. Next attack against him is Sally.
I'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I see this guy, and I will attack with Firebolt.
Okay.
He's not the guy I have advantage on, right?
No, the guy with advantage is currently in the room north of him.
Okay, yeah, that's no problem. I just want to make sure.
A 9 will miss.
And step out. 30.
Steve the Shiv is barely holding on. Beta.
He is going to 5, 8, 10, 15. Ooh. 20, 25, 30. Dang it. That ends my. Oh, wait. It says 15, 20, 25. And I'm going to go diagonal right here. And I'm going to shoot a arrow. Shoot my bow right to him. Oh, what the?
Okay, so did you drop your rapier in the room behind you?
Huh? I never had my rapier. I don't have a rapier.
Oh, you have a short sword. Oh, that's right. And you've been casting spells this whole time.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, wait, what? I didn't.
The 22 definitely hits. And then he'll take 7.
Shall take 7 piercing.
He just sort of takes it and just gets shunted against the wall.
arrow pinned.
Is that the end of your turn?
Action. So, yep.
Thorn.
I'm going to take the dodge action.
Okay, sounds good. This cultist is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he's going to attack you at disadvantage. Missing with a 7. Keelan.
I'm charging right after Thorn.
Okay.
I will attack this guy.
Okay. That'll miss.
And then I think I'm going to...
Okay. This cultist he's going to try to chill touch you at disadvantage. He's going to go to here. Missing with a 4. Walks.
Alright. See if I can... 10, 15, 20, 25. Damn, I can't really hit anyone except for like maybe one, but that's too close.
You can try to get this guy from around the corner, which you totally can. This guy is within melee spell range. The other guys are definitely too hard for you to see.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna make it easier and hit this guy over here. See if I can help ease the pressure on the doorway. Where's my... There it is. I'm taking the rapier, and he's gonna strike.
17 hits.
Yeah, strike there.
Okay.
And... I'm fine. And then for a bonus, he's going to pat Thorn's back and say, "Ruthlessness sometimes pays a lot better than integrity," and gives him a bardic inspiration.
Okay. Raven. As you move forward, your mind flashes with an image of Fallister Fisk running down the stairs and out of the back door of the mansion with the small gold and brass box.
With that as a free action, I'm going to dismiss Nevermore back into the pocket plane, and I think I'll have to use an action to call him back. So I'll do that on my next turn. But on
Okay.
this turn, as I step into the room,
Really can't see much in there.
Ravenclaw, it's an action to temporarily dismiss your familiar. It's not a free action. Zerak has to use an action.
it works because I don't see anything, so I'll use my action to dismiss him. That way I can bring him back next turn.
Okay. this guy is 5, 10, 15, 20. 25, and he's watching as all the spells that are being thrown at the two in front, they're dodging and blocking with ease. So he's going to try to hit Walks.
Oh no.
Missing with a 5 as you use the bulk of Thorn and sort of suck it in behind him, and Thorn's shields come up, and then he blocks the chill touch.
Thank you.
Shawnee.
Alright, so I have my greatsword drawn. I'm going to charge into battle. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to here, I guess.
Okay.
And I think I see a guy here.
Yep.
Is there light in this room? I don't know if there's global illumination or what, but I don't mind. Okay, there is light. So I just wanted to make sure.
You see these sort of hanging candle candelabras.
Cool. So I just wanted to make sure I was supposed to be able to see. I didn't want to cheat.
Plus Key Lim's hands are glowing.
Oh, that's right. Got the glowing fists.
It's tinted slightly reddish.
We'll attack this dude here in front of me. Come on.
Miss.
Yeah. Alright, I'll end my turn there.
Top of round 3.
Now I'm about to get surrounded.
$14 hits. Quit. He is dead.
I still have some movement, so I'm gonna be a little bit brave and go right next to this guy right here. Just kind of stare at him.
Do you want to try to shank him with your dagger?
Sure.
Shank the shaker.
Oh, well, I just could.
I believe your dagger has a special crit function.
This is not the rusted dagger, it's just a regular dagger. I do have the rusted dagger there.
Oh, you're not using the rusted dagger?
I wasn't sure how to add the +5 on a crit.
Oh, it's just you roll the damage and then we just add 5 to it.
Okay, well, for next time, but it's just a regular dagger.
Okay. So when you set it up and you see that you have the 1 + 4, it would be 1 + 9 for your offhand dagger. So he'll take the 5 damage. Okay. These guys still alive, right? Okay, so nobody attacked him. So his is gone. He's going to raise his scimitar. And he's going to go 5 feet to here. And he's going to attack you.
No, come after me, coward!
Oh, shit.
I cried.
Okay, so you'll take 10 points of damage as he laces into you with his scimitar, ending his turns.
Five, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Could I see? Not enough. So 5. Oh, that's 30 right there. That will move to there, and that will be my turn.
Where were you?
Sure. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I will move to there.
Okay.
And I will actually, I will say,
Okay.
Reset turn. 5. 10. 15. Right, and as I step right here, I'm gonna step forward and then step back again. I'm going to attack this guy.
Where you? Because Wax is here, and Thorn is here. So where are you going to step back to?
Oh, I'm gonna step back here.
Okay.
I'm at 15 right there.
Okay.
So that way I don't end on walks. But I'm gonna step up here so I can attack him with some Sacred Flame. If he misses.
Fail with a 9.
Alright.
This is the Knoll fight all over again. Where I just can't save and hit anything.
So he's gonna take 6 radiant, and then I'm gonna step back behind Vox again.
That guy is barely holding on with 1 hit point.
And that shall end my turn.
Thorn.
I'm gonna attack that guy there.
Okay. 18 hits. Relieving his shoulders of the burden of his head, he falls to the ground.
Then we're gonna kick the other guy.
Okay. You just shove him against the door and he falls to the ground.
And then I'm gonna step back trying to draw his reaction.
He will take that. Disadvantage. He'll swipe. Missing with a 5. He sort of gives into his panic a bit.
And then I'm gonna step back forward again.
Keelan.
Well, Thorn has that guy pretty much secured, so I'm going to throw a dart at this guy.
You sort of turn and smile to this guy.
Are you the lucky one or the unlucky?
God damn, dude.
It definitely hits. Another cascading howl of my eye.
Unlucky one.
And as he's writhing around in agony, I'm going to run and do a flying kick at him.
A fucking drop kick. Lucha Libre style. I like it. Oh, that one will sadly miss.
I come down on the bed and it's nice.
You just pose in the relaxed position like, I planned that. I planned that.
He's gonna pull out his scimitar and he's gonna slash down at you, Keelan. For an 11, as you nimbly dodge out of the way.
I will very cunningly just like slide off the bed, and he cuts his bed in half.
5. Yeah, I'm gonna move here. 10. 15. Let's see if I can't add to the carnage with Keelan by just trying to throw in a horizontal slash at him.
Okay. That'll hit. 3 piercing. He's barely.
Yeah, Zoro stuff. Oh, come on. X's are cliche. It's a W.
Nice.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's
Ravenclaw.
Standing there, I see that they have one person still remaining. I will fling my Eldritch Raven that way.
Okay, the one next to Keelim.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I just scrolled up and saw the other one.
Well, you don't have disadvantage against this one. $19 hit. Just sends him crack against the wall with the force of the ring. Dead.
And that's the end of my turn.
I don't even think we need Chani to roll. She's just going to.
Oh, we absolutely need Johnny to roll.
He is prone. He is prone in the downward. He is prone in the downward dog position, trying to stand back up, and his neck is fully exposed.
So stepping in front of Thorn and kind of nodding my thanks to the kill, I will bring my sword up in two hands, point down, and just kind of thrust it into the side of his neck, like they do when they kill people without chopping their heads off. They shove the blade right through the entire chest, and I'm going to just kind of drive it from the side of his neck into his heart.
Okay. It's exactly what happened. He is
Siren, are you safe?
You sort of stab down, and the sword just doesn't stop at the heart. It goes all the way through, and you can actually see it poke out of his back. And you kind of lift him up a little bit and shake it, and then drop him back down to the ground.
They are finished.
So you have seemingly found yourselves in what looks to be a sort of convent room full of bunks. Counting the beds, you can sort of count all the people that you've sort of defeated so far inside this place. Many more rooms still to be explored. Some of you kind of licking your wounds, the others sort of feeling the battle fever, kind of taking over, like you feel unstoppable. And that's where we're going to leave off tonight.
With the you feel unstoppable just before the thing that is unstoppable comes into the room to kill you all.
What?
It works!
I wouldn't do that to you guys.
He has an armor class of 27. You miss.
just put your weapons down. It's not gonna work.
That was a good session. That's 2 sessions in a row of straight combat, though. I feel like we're doing some invasion. Oh, Jesus, Mark.
Fight me, mortals!
Who dares wake me from my slumber?
Does he have the...
I'd never want to fight one of those. They're so tough.
I remember Ken doing a mini quest with one of them.
Yeah, the Empyrean. Jesus, those guys are ridiculous. But, yeah, I mean, you guys killed a lot of people. You guys discovered a lot of information. Ravenclaw right now is privy to the fact that Ballister Fisk has ran out of the villa holding the box that he described to you that was in Thirstwell Van Temper's room, as well as killing Thirstwell Van Temper. Will Chani light another torch?
we continue. Otherwise, if we're staying here in this room for now, I'll just use the chandeliers. But if we're going to keep, I have 4 torches now, so I have 4 left.
Yeah. So actually, let me read the page so you guys can kind of get an idea of what this place looks like. So you have the 2 tall candle candelabras kind of hanging off of the ceiling. And you see that all these different sort of bunk beds, each one having a smaller sort of footlocker chest next to them. This place is very austere, almost monk-like. There's no decorations, there's no paintings, there's no like draperies or anything. It seems like this is where you stay to earn your stripes. And so far, you guys have sort of almost cleared the southern portion of this dungeon. So, hooray. Thank you, guys. I hope you guys had fun beating up all my little cultists. Wasn't much of a fight. But just remember, there was the slight incidents of Chani discovering that one of the censures were taken, as well as some of the bodies being moved from their original position.
Yeah, so I was going to actually mention that when we were out of combat, that I would say that it's a good thing. It's a good thing that I went back to check on the bodies, because it seems that our invasion down here has been discovered. I did notice that the chain holding one of the censures was gone from one of the bodies that we dropped. I stashed them in a corner, tried to hide them from direct light, but I fear that that someone found them and already knows we're here.
Well, we did release 2 people that went that way, so it could be them.
But why would they take the chain holding the censure?
And Nevermore didn't see them touch the bodies. They just left.
Well, I don't know. Nevermore. I don't think Doug relayed that information to us.
Well, I mean, we could say we're doing that now. I assume we're kind of taking a 5-minute breather, but I wasn't trying to keep secrets from the group. We were just in initiative. So I was going to tell everybody what I found and what I did when
next session, since we ended, to actually re-summon him back, and then I'll relay all that info.
Okay, cool. Let's do that roleplay next session then. I just wanted to make sure I said it so you guys know that I wasn't trying to hold anything back.
Right on. We'll handle the looting and the investigation of the room, as well as the smaller discussions next time. It is time to give out inspiration. Those of you that had inspiration still left on your sheets, go ahead and take those. No, never mind. You can keep those. You're just not eligible for inspiration now. So 2 players to be nominated by you guys to get inspiration. Those of you that have inspiration, can you just type an I in chat? So Siren still has it. Keelam did use his, I remember that. And I think that was all from last time. So who would you guys like to nominate for some inspiration?
I would like to nominate Walks for his roleplay tonight. There were a few one-liners that he threw out there that might have gotten talked over or not heard clearly, but they were pretty freaking funny and really in character for how I envisioned his character to be played. And I thought he did a really good job kind of encapsulating who his character is on this adventure. Both brave and a little bit scared at the same time. So I nominate Walks.
Okay. Would anybody else like to nominate somebody else for tonight's gameplay?
I was gonna say, even though I think Thornery has the has the inspiration. I was gonna say that maybe he would get it, but since not him, I was gonna say Chani because Ken is somehow capturing the idea of this big, giant wonder of the world woman with a giant golden heart hidden behind all that muscle.
And I did slap Sally's ass tonight, which was one of my favorite roleplay moments. And actually, to Chris's credit, his response to that was very much in Sally's character too, and was perfect. I liked it.
So it looks like we have a nomination for Shawnee.
I wanted to nominate Keelim too because he role played really well too, but he absolutely so. Oh no! Wait, he said he used it. You used it.
Yeah, he burned it.
I guess and it's Thorn, up in you. Thorn doesn't have inspiration.
Yeah, and I don't think Thorn's got one. So I will. If I'm getting nominated, I want to give it to Thorn because Thorn did some good role play too. We all did a great job tonight. Actually, what the hell? It's hard to pick, Mark. When I look back,
everybody gets a point of inspiration.
Wait, what?
Everybody gets a point of inspiration.
Really? It's hard to choose. We all did a great job tonight.
Except you, Chris. You don't.
Yes. I
was talking about you. Yeah, everybody gets one. This was actually a really fun, full combat encounter. I really enjoyed it. So, I think the one thing the group needs to work on is the indecisiveness when it comes to ambushes. I can only pause the tokens for so long before I have to move them.
No, tonight I had that thought while we were kind of debating a little bit about the whole north-south, which direction we're going to go thing. And I think it was either Keelim or Thorn. One of the twins, you guys shut it down. You were like, we need to make a decision and just go right now. I think it was Keelim.
When we were discussing about whether to go after the one dude or stay down here. And I'm just like, we're wasting time.
Yeah, there was that's what I'm trying to remember. Yeah, the one of you shut it down because I felt the indecisiveness and I wanted to speak up, but I'm trying to role play Chani more as a you guys are smarter than me. I'll give you what I think, but you guys should make the decisions. And you just basically shut down all debate and said we're going this way, and I was like, right on, we're getting past the decision making paralysis.
Well, it didn't quite help either that the moment the decision direction was picked, Thorn was already like 30 feet ahead.
Yeah, Thorn doesn't wait for the decision; he just goes.
Yeah, the one ambush outside of the vestry where you guys found the cabinets, I thought Thorn was just going to charge and surprise the group as they were sort of still making their way. But nobody moved, and I was reading chat, and they're like, "Okay, guys, so we'll do this on 3. Well, maybe we should wait for somebody else to come up." And it's just, I was like, "Well, they're still moving." So,
I might make a decision. Everybody shoots it down. So,
but your decisions are very self-interested.
Are they?
Kind of, and I was really glad I got to play that snooty noble and give you a taste of your medicine.
I hate
you. Did you ever think I was going to do that to you?
No, fucking. God, no.
The plot thickens, I see.
Right on. That was a lot of fun. We'll continue next Tuesday. I'll see some of you Friday and some of you Saturday. And, yeah. Can't wait.
Yeah, great game. Good night, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Good night.
Have a good night.